Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Well, good evening, good Friday night to you. Thanks for joining us on yourliveevent.com as we flip the switch. The Friday night lights are back. A new year starting tonight in Grafton. The Grafton Spoilers hosting the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. The Spoilers off a 5-4 record a year ago. Lost in the first round of the state playoffs. They're back with a lot of new faces on their side of the ball. A lot of fresh faces on the side of the ball. The Burros as well, coming off of an 8-3 overall record, a second round loss to Langdon area or Munich in their postseason appearance last year. New year, though, and a new coach for Hillsboro Central Valley, Don McMillan, in his third year coaching for the Grafton Spoilers. It's the 2026 opening night kickoff tonight on yourliveevent.com. Grafton hosting Hillsboro Central Valley.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
This is Dustin Nagel with Dakota Heritage Bank. We're a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we can assist you with all your banking needs, including checking and savings accounts, credit and debit cards, loans of all types, and more. We offer free mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking with Dakota Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bears Home Solutions is the Red River Valley's premier HVAC and plumbing company. Our team of friendly, licensed professionals has delivered top-notch service to the Red River Valley since 1978. Bears Home Solutions is the only name you need to know when it comes to heating, cooling, and plumbing installation, service, or repair. When you want it done right the first time, you need a Bear in there.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Opening night pregame show on yourliveevent.com. The Grafton Spoilers hosting the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Let's go to our pregame coach's comments. First-year head coach for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. It is Coach Sam Rieger.
Yeah, good afternoon and good evening now. And down here with head coach Sam Rieger. Sam, opening game of the season. How excited are you guys to get out on the field, off the practice field, and get into a real game here?
Oh, we're excited. We got a lot of butterflies. The boys have put in a ton of work. We're ready to go.
Yeah, and you guys are going up against pretty vaunted 3-5 box for Grafton. How do you want to get that run game established, even though that box is pretty stacked?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time working on it this week. I mean, we got a pretty run-heavy team, too, so I mean, there's going to be a lot of battles in the trenches tonight for sure.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of new faces, a lot of fresh blood, and you're fresh yourself. How do you want to make sure you're kind of establishing yourself in this first quarter, getting through those nerves and getting right into that energy?
Yeah, I mean, we graduated a heck of a class last year. We have only one guy returning on offense and 3 guys returning on defense. But these guys have waited a long time, and they're hungry, and they're ready to go tonight.
Yeah, and these games are won in the trenches. We talked about that. What do you want to see from your offensive and defensive line?
I want to see a lot of teamwork, a lot of communication. I mean, the games are won on the offense and defensive line, and I've preached that this fall camp. And I think Coach Preston has really got them working good right now.
Yeah, and 13 points per game, that's what the defense allowed last season, along with 24 takeaways. What do you want to see to continue that success going into this year?
We've been talking about mentality, keeping that ball rolling, like kind of having that swagger of, hey, we're going to be a really good defensive team year in and year out. So I think the boys are really going to eat into that too.
Yeah. Describe your team's mentality going into this team. Give me 3 words to describe your team this year.
They're hungry. They want to surprise people, and they want to earn it. They don't want it to be given to them. They really want to earn every single win and every single team's respect this year.
Yeah, and what do you want? What's going to surprise teams about your team this season?
I think they're going to be surprised by. We're not going to roll over. We're going to be a hard-nosed team, and we're going to fight until that final whistle every single time.
Any final thoughts you'd like to give here, Coach?
Let's play some football.
Let's play some football. I love it. Right back up to you. This is pregame here on your live event.
Well, thank you there. Luke Pater joined us on yourliveevent.com tonight. Christian Adams will be with us as well. Myself, Jake Berkmeyer here. And, of course, that was Coach Sam Rieger with the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Your pregame coach's comments brought to you by Dakota Heritage Bank with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Dakota Heritage Bank. Find them online, DHB.bank, the website. We'll come back. More of your pregame show, your season opening pregame show on yourliveevent.com, as we'll have head coach Donovan McMillan of the Grafton Spoilers joining us next.
Growing isn't just what happens in the field, it starts with a plan, the right seed, trusted advice, and a partner who's with you every step of the way. That's Brewer Seed and Egg. From planting through harvest, Brewer Seed and Egg is committed to helping your operation grow stronger, smarter, and more profitable. Because when your crops grow, so do the farms and the communities that they serve. Grow with confidence. Grow with Brewer Seed and Egg.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The City of Hillsboro encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsboro for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
At Bank Forward, we understand ag. Many of our employees have deep agricultural roots and understand firsthand the ups and downs of farming and ranching. When you talk to us about your ag operation, you can trust we understand your language and the current state of agriculture. Stop in today and let's discuss your ag operations needs. Standing with ag producers. Since 1927, it's simply the Forward way.
Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota has adapted to the growing needs of the edible bean industry since 1982. Production of edible beans helps many growers in the Red River Valley make their operation more profitable. These growers are also producing a nutritious, high-protein food source helping feed a hungry world. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota, with receiving stations in Garsky, Grafton, Larimore, Sharon, Devils Lake, Lankin, and East Grand Forks. Learn more at centralvalleybean.com or call 701-847-2622.
Pre-game show on yourliveevent.com with the Grafton Spoilers, welcoming the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros for our season opener tonight. 11A football, the Spoilers out of Region 2, the Burros out of Region 1. They've matched up, again, last year was a victory for Hillsboro Central Valley in the season opener. They're 28-22 in a good matchup last year. Burros went up 3 unanswered scores. Spoilers came back, and an onside kick recovered by Hillsboro Central Valley helped them run out the clock in the end of that one. But that was 2 pretty different teams ago. A lot of graduation, a lot of people having to step up this year. Let's talk more about that with more of our pregame coaches' comments brought to you by Dakota Heritage Bank. Head coach of the Grafton Spoilers, Donovan McMillan.
Our pregame coaches' comments as we welcome Coach Donovan McMillan of the Grafton Spoilers in. And, Coach, we're excited here. It's game 1. It's a fun time of year. And, of course, leading up to it was the preseason and the offseason. And how did those 2 get ready so that now we can get to finally the regular season?
Yeah, it's definitely that time of year again. Feels like we were just sitting down talking before game 1 of last year, just a week ago, but it's already been a year. So definitely looking at last season, we had 9 seniors we ended the season with on the roster, and a lot of kids had some experience during the season that were coming back, but we knew that they had to put some time in the weight room this summer and last winter too. And so I'm really happy. We had a lot of good turnout this, the last 8-9 months or so with kids getting in shape and or staying in shape and getting the weight room a little bit, building up some strength. And we got a lot of kids that participate in multiple sports too. So that's good to see them staying active and keeping that competitive edge. And, then we roll into August here, and weather's been cooperating pretty well this year. And, it's kind of not something we had to deal with too much during our 2-a-day practices, but I felt like we had a good, the first couple days there, starting on the 6th, and then last week with our 2-a-days and our scrimmage down at Cushman Field there in Grand Forks. I felt like we were pretty focused, and kids were able to get stuff in, reps in, and wasn't too much of a situation where we had to manage the heat. And so I felt like we had a pretty good, first 2 weeks of our practice, and, kids are motivated and got lots of stuff installed, and, find out tonight, I guess, if they're in good shape or not, or we got to keep going on that end. So,
well, we'll see how that conditioning part unfolds. But as far as the preparation and guys coming back with the return experience, you do have obviously some statistical numbers. There's a lot to replace on, but talk about just the experience and the leadership you've seen from these guys here, even these first couple weeks.
Yeah. So my 3rd year this year at the helm, coaching the Grafton Spoilers, and that's always a big thing is, as a coach, you want to maintain some continuity and not change things up. And so a lot of the stuff we're doing this year, defensively, offensively, it's going to be, very similar to what we've done in the past. Our coaching staff is the same. So then you got to rely on, who's coming back to be leaders and retain that knowledge that they learned the previous years, and help the younger guys or the new guys of the program get caught up to speed. And, the good thing for us, and, you brought up statistics there, and, you look at our final stats from last year and kind of highlight the kids that are on there that are returning this year. And it's a big chunk of all of our statistics, guys coming back this year. And, not all of them are, leading in the position groups. We lost a few key players, Reggie Rice at wide receiver, Brody Lillimone had 95% of our QB snaps last year. And some of our other positions defensively, we lost some key players, and offensive line as well. But we got a good group of kids coming back that, as sophomores last year, juniors, lots of quality experience playing in the games, and they know the system well. And so implementing stuff here the first 2 weeks, it's good when you don't have to go over the basics but one time, and they got it and they understand. And even some of the kids start questioning us as coaches. We make mistakes, and they say, "Are we supposed to do this? And this is how we line up." And yeah, you're right. Glad you remember. So yeah, I'm happy with how that went. Again, that kind of leads up to, you get to Monday of game week, and it's you don't want to overwhelm the kids and put in the whole playbook, or give them too much information. And I talked about Monday you kind of look forward to finally playing someone else. You figure out a way to get through the week, 4 practices. And I think Monday, the knowledge-wise, the kids were probably ready to go. And so that's always a good thing when you're not stressing out the night before your first game and wondering if you're going to be able to run some basic plays or know what to do on defense. So.
All right, well, that all starts with week number 1 tonight, Hillsboro Central Valley, the opponent. What's your keys to the game here tonight for the Spoilers?
Biggest thing is, again, we put all this work in, and we got to come out, we got to play our game, focus on what our strengths are, offensively and defensively. We fit the spectrum all the way across. We got some strength that we're going to bring to the table. We got some speed that we're going to bring to the table, and got some experience. And we just got to make sure that we can utilize what's working at the time and focus on offensively. We got to focus on those short plays. Tendencies can be, you want that first pass play to be a 40-yard pass down the field. And we just got to focus on opening up the run game a little bit, and that'll help the pass game. But just get those short passes, get the ball in our athletes' hands, and let them see what they can do. And Miller on defense, he's going to be a force. I'm assuming he's at defensive end still, and so that's one thing we gotta manage too, is that in-game adaptation to what the strengths are of the defense, and then offensively as well. Hillsboro graduated a lot of their starters last year, so. Just looking at, some of their key players last year and what they were able to do against us offensively, the ones that are returning. And, maybe if they're still wide receivers and they throw it out, we got to make sure we're able to defend the tall, big kid. And, if their strength's going to be in the backfield and running the ball, and we got to make sure we're adjusting to that. But number one is just get that first play in, the kickoff, kick return, and just get your feet wet out there and focus on what we know what to do. And then from there, we got to adapt to what Hillsboro's bringing to the table.
Very good. Coach Donovan McMillan for the Grafton Spoilers. Coach, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it. As always, good to chat with you. Looking forward here to kick off as we get the season rolling.
Appreciate it very much. Thanks for your guys' support and coming up and broadcasting the game too.
Pre-game coach's comments with head coach Donovan McMillan for the Grafton Spoilers. More continues after this on yourliveevent.com.
Head coach Donovan McMillan for the Grafton Spoilers. Join us, our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame coach's comments. The Grafton Spoilers and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros matching up tonight. Yourliveevent.com. This is your pregame show.
At Hillsboro Public School, endurance isn't just for the cross-country team. It is a word that we all practice, whether it's sticking with a math problem until it clicks, practicing reading until a student becomes proficient, or simply showing up ready to learn each day. Students and staff know that endurance builds winners, in the classroom, in competition, and in life. You can find out more about our school at hillsborok12.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
A reliable connection makes everyday life easier. And when you need help, it matters who answers. Hallstad Telephone Company delivers consistent internet service backed by friendly local customer care. With fiber optic technology, flexible plans, telephone, and cable TV, HTC helps keep communities across Minnesota and North Dakota connected. Dependable technology, local people, service you can count on. See what's available at hallstadtel.com.
YourLiveEvent.com, the pregame show here today from Grafton Spoilers, and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Thank you for joining us this evening as we kick off the 2026 football season, 11A football, Region 2, the Grafton Spoilers, Region 1, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Thank you for joining us. Thanks as well to all the sponsors that you'll hear and see throughout our broadcast coverage. We ask whenever possible, please patronize those businesses. At the very least, tell them thank you. They're the ones that allow us to be here with our coverage. Tonight, we have Luke Pater on the field for us in the first half. He'll switch places with Christian Adams in the second half. Christian running the camera work here in half number one. Myself, Jake Berkmeyer. Well, you got to deal with me the whole time here on the play-by-play side of things. But glad to be here with you as we get ready for this season to get underway. As, we bring in Luke. And, Luke, you're down the sidelines right now, and we are setting up for a gorgeous day for a season opener.
Oh, my goodness. The sky has cleared up over the last hour. We weren't sure if it was going to look as pretty, and now it is just the most beautiful blue sky. You can feel the energy down on the field. We were getting off the grill. We were getting that smoke coming off the grill, kind of sipping onto the football field. It just feels like a Friday night right now, Jake.
I am a little disappointed the windows don't open, that I can't get that grill from the smoke, because it is right below me and it's coming up, and oh man, that would be good. But
oh, it smells so incredible down here.
It smells like a Friday night. It looks that way too. You got the fields on the background right underneath the water tower here. Fields in good condition, doing a nice job maintaining it throughout the heat of the summer, and we're good to go right now too. And Luke, there as you talked with Coach Rieger, let's just reiterate here his keys to the game, or keys to the team, I guess he said. They're, hey, we want to be hungry, we want to surprise people, and we want to earn it, and that's what they're looking to go out here and do today.
Yeah, and they're going to earn it. They're going to have to earn it. They want to run the football, does this team, and they're going up against an 8-man box, a 3-5 defense brought out by the Grafton. So we're going to see they're going to have to earn every single yard. A battle of the trenches if there ever was one. I'm excited.
And the Spoilers are going to do those things of fill those gaps. So you look at someone like a True Moberg, who was, as far as returning players from last year, leading the team in tackles. Thomas Asand, another big linebacker in there. Easton Ziegelman as a junior doing some good things, and looking guys all around the roster to make it. But again, guys that have some experience, because both these teams, even though the lineups are majority juniors and seniors, not a lot of heavy on-field experience when it comes to varsity Friday Night Light football.
It is a change of pace to go from that practice field to on the game field on a Friday night. I'm so excited to see how this first quarter shakes out specifically, Jake. Who's going
to... As we look at that going then here, little cutout on the mic there, Luke. We'll just pay attention to that as that comes up here. But we get ready, wrapping up our pregame show on YourLiveEvent.com. Getting ready for our lineups, and then we kick off the 2026 season. Coming up, thanks for joining us here tonight, YourLiveEvent.com.
You know,
Your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club.
At the Hillsboro Body Shop, Ben brings years of experience and friendly service to every repair, big or small. It happens. Vehicles get damaged, unfortunate crashes, scratches, windshields broken. Ben will take care of it with honest professional service that you can rely on. 701-636-4981, Hillsboro Body Shop, 701-636-4981. Ben says, thank you for your business.
Keep yourself healthy as we head back to school and into the autumn season. Hillsboro Drug and Gift is your locally owned full-service pharmacy with prescription and over-the-counter medications, cough and cold medications, and more. And don't forget, you can now text Hillsboro Drug anytime for your prescription refills, 701-636-5231. Hillsboro Drug also offers free delivery in Hillsboro and Halstead. There's always something new at Hillsboro Drug with a great selection of seasonal items, gifts, and cards for all occasions. They're always happy to help you, and they thank you for your business at Hillsboro Drug and Gift.
Imagine your life in Hillsboro, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsboro, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsboro has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsboro, where small-town living means big opportunities.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
As we prepare for your starting lineups tonight between the Grafton Spoilers and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, setting the stage for this season opener this evening, we got a nice crowd filing in here with the maroon and gold of the Spoilers and the blue of the Burros. Appreciate everyone joining us here this evening. Our starting lineups here brought to you by American Crystal Sugar Company. You can learn to live the sweet life with American Crystal Sugar. Quality products, they're grower-owned. Find out more, including career information online, crystalsugar.com. Missed the opening coin flip. Did not see who's going to start with the ball or who's going to kick away. As we look at here, let's... We're going to go with the starting defense for Hillsboro Central Valley being announced right now, as they will start on the defensive line. Senior number 88 at defensive end, Bryce Miller. Senior number 67, Wyatt Myers at the interior defensive tackle. Right next to him will be senior number 60, Brody Breidenbach. Will be the sophomore number 55, Cam Larson at the opposite defensive end. In the linebacking crew, a four-man crew as they run the 4-4 defense tonight. Griffin Mitzel and Hunter Kleckner, the two seniors. Easton Beach and Jacob Miller, the two sophomores in the linebacking core. Cornerbacks, three seniors, or secondary defensive backs, 3 seniors. At corner will be number 33, Ethan Kittleson, and number 2, Drew Connell. Your free safety will be number 1, Austin Cotton, here tonight for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Burros coming in off a 8-3 overall record last year, lost in the second round of the state playoffs. Returning 3 starters on this defense, or 3 guys that saw starting time, with Bryce Miller, Jacob Miller, and Griffin Mitzel. And bringing in a whole crew of other guys trying to get the opportunity to make their mark for this program. Your starting lineups there from American Crystal Sugar Company. Learn to live the sweet life with American Crystal Sugar. As we go across to the Grafton Spoilers, looking at their offensive alignment, they'll come out with the 2 receiver, 1 tight end look. On the offensive line will be number 58, Jack Green, at the left tackle. It'll be number 77, sophomore Dylan Tapia, at the guard. Your center is senior number 66, Jack Burke, along with guard number 67, junior Cameron Frazier, and right tackle number 75, Easton Ziegelman. Green, Tapia, Burke, Frazier, and Ziegelman across the offensive line. At wide receiver will be the pair of juniors, number 3, Augie Miller, and number 17, Aiden McMillan. Your tight end is number 11, Thomas Asand. Running backs here tonight will be juniors number 32, True Moberg, and number 20, Miguel Rodriguez. Also seeing possibly Noah Suda rotating in that as well. Quarterback will be Easton Hansel for the Grafton Spoilers. Here, the junior, 6'1" junior, running at starting quarterback. New quarterback for the Spoilers, Cody Lillamone, graduating last year there. So Hansel stepping into that quarterback 1 spot for head coach Donovan McMillan and the Spoilers. Spoilers offensively, mentioned Lillamone, also Reggie Rice as the receiver. That's a lot of offense that was graduated. Over 1,400 passing yards by Lillamone. Rice with 40 catches, over almost 700 yards, 8 touchdowns on the year. That's needing to be replaced for the Spoilers. In fact, for the Spoilers, Aiden McMillan had 19 for 394, 5 touchdowns last year. True Moberg had 21 catches for 269, 2 touchdowns. No other returning player had more than 3 catches or 35 yards of offense total on the season last year. So a lot of production to replace here as the Spoilers look to start that process here tonight. Your starting lineups from American Crystal Sugar Company. Also want to give credit to the guys in the stripes down on the field, our officials for this evening. Luke Pater, got to chat with them a little bit. Who do we have working the sidelines here today, Luke?
Yeah, we're going to be starting out with the umpire. We've got Jason Latrenka as our head align judge tonight. We've got Kevin Kosnia. Our first align judge will be Davis Mills. Our back judge, Grant Conway, and referee Scott Vedbredin, excuse me.
There we go. There we go. It will be Hillsboro Central Valley kicking off, going from right to left. Here as they wear their Burra blue pants with the white jersey tops, the blue numerals and lettering, and the blue decal on the white helmet for HCV. The Spoilers come out. They're maroon on maroon, the pants and the tops with the gold accents, white numerals. Here, the gold lettering on the front of the jerseys as well with that maroon helmet top. They send back, looks like it is going to be Bryson Allman along with Aiden McMillan back to receive as Bryce Miller has things teed up for Hillsboro Central Valley, and the opening kick is a squibber that will bounce and bounce, hit down by the up back, finally jumped down, just recovered up, laying on top of it at the 20-yard line, and that is where the Spoiler offense will come out to play. Here from the 20-yard line, their own 20-yard line. As we get that in the book, our first offensive series coming out. Again, Green, Tapia, Burke, Frazier, Ziegelman across the offensive front. Miller and McMillan are your wide receivers. One goes each way in the shotgun set. Hansel sends McMillan right to left side. They'll take the snap. They'll be back to pass off the play action. Looking being traced from behind. Being tracked down, running away back to the left side. Hansel still looking. He's going to throw deep for McMillan. It is caught at the 50 and drug across the 50 down to the 44-yard line. A little scramble drill, and the first play, throw it up to your big receiver. There, the 6'8" McMillan, and he takes it for a first down into Borough territory.
And that's Grafton wanting to take a gut punch right away on the first play of the game, taking the big shot and connecting down the field, Jake.
Here's the Spoilers quickly up to the line of scrimmage after the 36-yard gain on that first pass attempt. This time they'll keep it on the ground. Little stutter step in the backfield, looking for some room, and True Mober. No, that's going to be Rodriguez, Miguel Rodriguez. He works his way up here for a 4-yard gain. Miguel Rodriguez, his first carry on the season. Brings up 2nd and 6. Now for the Spoilers, coming out with the receiver. Left side is Augie Miller. Got the H-back on that side. A little delay here as the officials get... Looks like Miller maybe has a equipment issue. He'll have to come out now. Chase Winorovich will come in, be that receiver on the far side from us, top of your screen. McMillan, the receiver, on the bottom in the shotgun set. Hansel calls for the snap, hands it off this time to Suda. Noah Suda going left. Ball pops out, and it'll be a loss of 5 on the fumble. Not sure if he was switching hands and it got loose or if a Burrow hand got in there to force that ball out.
But that's where you see there, Jake, a little bit of that lack of in-game experience, a little sloppy with the football early.
We'll bring up now a long 3rd down. So the big explosive play on first play, and a nice 4-yard gain on first down, negated on 2nd down, and 3rd and 10. Here we come. McMillan, the bottom of your screen. Here's they send 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. In the shotgun, Hansel back to pass, steps up, rolls out to his right side, a little pass over the top, finds Moberg at the 30, falling forward as he's hit that time by Cotton Low, but falling over the top for the first down. He's down to the 28-yard line, gain of 12.
And Grafton with some real good early success here in the passing game. We'll see if they're able to kind of combo platter that and start pounding the rock later on in the game.
Seeing the defensive ends are Larson and Miller getting upfield, and then Hansel doing a nice job just stepping up in the pocket, rolling on, finding his teammates. Here he comes in the shotgun, slaps the hands, gets a snap, rush comes. He throws down the right side. McMillan's got a step. The pass is hauled in. Wait for it. Touchdown! The Spoilers score first with 9:41 to go in our first quarter. A touchdown pass. Hansel to McMillan going 28 yards.
And that is Hansel and McMillan dominating this drive. First on the first play of the drive, that 36-yard connection. And then right there, Hansel, cool as a cucumber back in the pocket, pats the ball once, throws a great ball for the score.
2-minute, 19-second, 80-yard scoring drive, taking just 5 total plays to go the distance, most of it done through the air. Man in motion, ends up in a pistol set. They'll hand off to Rodriguez. He'll run right side. He looks to be short on the 2-point conversion. But Easton Hansel finds Aiden McMillan for the 28-yard touchdown score, and the Grafton Spoilers strike first on your Golden Harvest Tim Cassette seed sales scoreboard. Grafton leads Hillsboro Central Valley 6-0.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
It's a kickoff fielded by Bryce Miller at the 20-yard line left side. Tries to bring it up around the right side. He'll work it up to about the 32-yard line, and Hillsboro Central Valley will begin their first drive on offense now. Offensively, their alignment will be Wyatt Myers, Brody Breidenbach, Alan Moocher, Devin Wigdahl, Cam Larson, your tackles, guard, center across the offensive line. Larson, a sophomore, the rest all seniors. Wide receivers will be sophomore number 8, Jacob Miller, senior number 11, Griffin Mitzel. Tight end, senior number 25, Ethan Mooney. In the backfield, seniors number 14, Hunter Kleckner. The fullback, Bryce Miller, number 88, the deep back, tailback. And your senior quarterback is number 1, Austin Cotton. As they'll snap it back here and take it forward, bring it up, a helmet pops off. After the ball gets moved up here to the 34-yard line, that's a 2-yard gain.
And that was Kleckner having his helmet pop off, and not seeing Hillsboro derive from their game plan. Goes right to the run, inside run, right away, get a nice gain of 4 to start their drive.
Defensive front, Easton Ziegelman, Soren Larson, Jack Burke on the defensive line for Grafton, Thomas Hassan, Jack Green, Noah Suda, True Moberg, Bentley DeGelder is your linebacking as they are in tight, very tight. Here's a snap back, and it's again going to be a power forward as they send Jacob Miller in motion. The Burros run it forward with Austin Cotton out of that quarterback spot. Brings up now a third and call it a long 4. Mentioned the defensive backs, Augie Miller, Aiden McMillan, and Chase Winterovich for the Grafton Spoilers. Burros come out their first third down of the year. They'll send receivers left side, H-back left side as well. In that power set, the snap's going to come back here. Now Cotton's going to be lead blocker as Miller will take it around the left side. He's got a blocker for the first down, gets it up to midfield. Here, and we'll pick up a 12-yard gain, first down for the Burros.
And Austin Cotton proven he can run, and as a quarterback, not afraid to lead block there. Excellent stretch blocking down the sideline for Hillsboro on that play.
For the Burros, 1st and 10, they will send Mitchell, wide receiver, out left side. They overload that side with Jacob Miller, the inside receiver. Kleckner as the halfback, H-back there. They run that way again with Miller. He's falling behind. You got Miller and Cotton right next to each other in kind of a shotgun set, almost a split back there. Is it going to go to the running back or to the quarterback? Goes right to the running back, Miller. He takes another 5-yard gain.
And just cool, solid, effective running so far for Hillsboro, right what the game plan ordered.
Second down, Burros working on this left hash mark. Little rotate of the defensive alignment up front, strong side, weak side, as the Burros go with that strong side to the right side. Miller to the left of Cotton. Snap comes right back to Bryce Miller. Looks inside, tries to break it outside, beats Moberg to the corner. He's got the first down, stiff arm and more, and a late flag coming out. We'll see where that is
Looks
called.
like it was going to be either, I believe, a face mask tackle on that play.
And we'll get the initial indication from our officials. As it stands right now here, looks like the Spoilers are moving back on defense, and they are going to say it is indeed a face mask. Will it be the 5 or the – how many yards are they going to say on this one? Looks like it's no, they're going to go with the big one. They're going to go with the personal foul, 15-yarder. So the 15-yard penalty, first of the year, end the game here today, and that makes the first down move up even more. Ball will officially be marked here.
At the 22-yard line.
And officials timeout as we reset the play clock. There, so that 13-yard gain plus the 15 added on brings it down to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hillsboro Central Valley from the right hash mark. Quarterback Austin Cotton, the senior, stepping into that position here. 3-year starter Lushik graduating, and Cotton getting his chance now to run the show. Bryce Miller moving from wide receiver to running back. So really, if you count that change, you could make the case that all 11 positions on offense are brand new starters. Mitzel and Jacob Miller both got into the rotation at receiver last year. Bryce Miller was a receiver. Brody Breitenbach, Alan Moocher both got in on the rotation on the offensive line a lot. Cotton was the backup quarterback, got in some, but they're just a lot of new faces here for this Burrow offense. And so far, they've been moving the ball down the field. Spoilers did through the air. Burrow's doing it on the ground. Miller and Cotton in the backfield, side by side. Miller to the left, Cotton to the right. They snap it to Miller. He'll take it off the right side. A little jump cut back inside as he works inside the 20. Call it a 3-yard gain on that first down, bringing up a 2nd and 7. 2nd down, 7 yards to go for Hillsboro Central Valley. Right hash mark. Little new look offense for the Burros this year, as you'd expect with a new head coach and some changes on the coaching staff. Snap comes back this time, a hit in the backfield and turned back. We'll see, did he get back to the original line of scrimmage? There, and that's where
generously they'll land him about the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a half yard.
There's that time looked like, was that 16? Matthew Hershey got the carry on that one.
I believe, yes, Hershey, correct. 16.
Yeah. As we'll bring up now a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 7. Cotton in the shotgun set, sends Mitzel in motion right side to left, gives it to him on a jet sweep, but hit in the backfield. Read that time, knife it in on that defensive front. Jack Burke, the 6'4", 230 senior, goes up and says, we're going to go backwards about 6 yards on this play.
And that is perfect bend, don't break defense by Grafton. Got pushed back repeatedly by Hillsboro, but stand tall over that quick sequence. Now 4th down and long.
Burrows come out. Mitzel will be wide receiver out right side. Bryce Miller, the running back to the left side of Cotton in the backfield. Wing back, H-back right side of the formation. Cotton back to pass. Looking right side. He's got Mitzel down in the middle of the field. He's going to throw it deep to the end zone. Diving! Caught for the touchdown! Mitzel with a diving touchdown catch. Going 24 yards on 1st down and equalizes the scoreboard. Griffin Mitzel with his first catch of the year going for 6.
Yeah, I mean, Hillsboro said they wanted to run the ball. That doesn't mean they can't pass the ball. Absolute dime down the field and a diving catch. Highlight reel of the night early in this one.
Trying to go ahead now on your Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Burrows will come out for the 2-point conversion. They'll put Mitzel lined wide left. They turn, they pitch it. Bryce Miller looking for the corner to the edge. He'll hit, lower the shoulder. He is in for the 2. Bryce Miller gets in for the 2 after Austin Cotton rolled out and found Griffin Mitzel for the 6. Hillsboro Central Valley leads on your Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard 8-6. 5:17 to go, first quarter.
In today's world, financial decisions can feel more overwhelming than ever, and you don't have to make those decisions alone. At Lux Wealth Advisors in Mayville, we take the time to understand your financial goals and make it our priority to see you reach them.
Whether you're planning to retire, looking for investment advice, or saving for your child's education, we're here to help you with every step. Stop by our office or call us at 701-788-6100. Lux Wealth Advisors, your trusted partner for a brighter financial future.
A touchdown through the air. Austin Cotton finds Mitzel as Griffin Mitzel in for his first touchdown on the season. A 24-yard scoring strike. A 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-play drive there that Hillsboro Central Valley then gets the 2-point conversion. And the score leads Burrows 8, Spoilers 6. They're very similar in reverse order to the start of last year. Burrows scored first. Spoilers took an 8-6 lead. Then Burrows came back with 3 straight scores. What will happen here today? It means absolutely nothing. But I'm just saying that's how it started last year when we were in CV. Here we're in Grafton. Here's the Bryce Miller kickoff, a high kick after he squibbed the last one. This one picked on the run just inside the 15 as Aiden McMillan gets to the right sideline, stops, little, whoops, excuse me, let me get by you here, shuffle, trying to get free, but nothing there. He does work it up to the 25-yard line, though, and that is where the Grafton Spoilers will begin their second drive of the game. Last time they went 80 yards, and they did it on 5 plays, a couple big chunk plays of Stin Hansel to Aiden McMillan. Here, 2 catches and 64 yards on that drive, plus the touchdown for McMillan. From the right hash mark, receiver left, receiver right. 2 backs in a deep I formation. They're going to run the pitch over to the left side, give it off to Rodriguez. He's tracked down from behind. Griffin Mitzel from the linebacking spot runs him down, trips him up, and it's going to be a gain of 6 yards. Brings up now a 2nd and 4 for the Spoilers from the left hash mark. Coming in from the sideline, Easton Hansel meeting with the coach, getting the play call in, and the 6'1 junior brings it to the huddle. 4:35 to go in this first quarter. 7 seconds left on the play clock as they get up to the line of scrimmage. In the shotgun set, 4-3, man in motion, 2. Here's a snap, back to pass, looking left. He's going to dump it off over in the mid-range and just kind of a little bloop pass over the top into that second level. And it's going to be Drew Moberg picking up the catch. There is a flag down in the secondary. They're going to call a block in the back on the Spoilers. I believe that was the initial call there, looking at our back judge. And it is. Where was it called from? Where was it marked? Let's see. Oh, they keep moving back. It's going to be back here now to the 26-yard line. So the net will be a loss of 4 after the penalty. Second penalty on the Spoilers in this game. To the line of scrimmage from the left hash mark. Easton Hansel, the quarterback, as Aiden McMillan out wide to the right. Wide to the left is Augie Miller and the receivers. Man in motion, they send Suda, they pitch it to him, left side, he gets to the edge, down the sideline, nearly busted free. Gets up to the 40-ish yard line. Officials come over, and he did a little triple jump style action there. They're going to say his foot went out, though, at the 39-yard line. Is going to be a first down, gain of 9 on that play for Noah Suda. Hillsboro Central Valley defense. Their head coach, Sam Rieger, calling the plays. Defensive coordinator last year, stepping in to that head coach position for this season. Just over 4 minutes left in our first quarter. Suda goes in motion left. They have him come back right, kind of a counter-type play. Bryce Miller, Jacob Miller stand him up. Griffin Mitzel gets in there to help get in on the team hug, and that's going to be a stop for a loss of 1 yard on the play. 3 carries for 3 yards now for Noah Suda here in this first quarter. Spoilers with the explosive plays on that first drive. They've had the big play, but it was marked back by a penalty earlier this second opportunity. Flip the receivers. Miller comes to the right side. Hansel will be under center. He'll turn, hand off. Suda falling behind the fullback Moberg as he runs left side, tripped up in the backfield. Looked like Kleckner got him with enough of the arm. Make him stumble forward, and it'll be a gain of 4. Third down now for Grafton. Spoilers send out 1 to the right side. Gonna line up 2 receivers left side as they hand off, going left, hitting the backfield. Suda then driven back there by Bryce Miller. It was, looked like first getting there was Breitenbach, stood him up, and then turned back in. Moocher in there as well, too. And then Miller cleans him up. It's going to be no gain. And it's going to bring out the punt team for the first time for the Spoilers. Bryson Allman is the punter. Hillsboro Central Valley returners are going to go back to their own 26-yard line. Here comes the right foot kick. Nice kick, directional here. A little hang time back to the 20-yard line. Picked up on a little jitterbug run. Here's a late flag coming in after the tackle made on Mitzel. He's brought down, and the flag came in right as he was being brought down. In that area where kind of looking that block in the back, potential on a gunner. We'll see what our officials say. As it stands, it's a punt for Grafton and Hillsboro Central Valley with 2:09 left in our first quarter of play. Will take over possession. Where they will take over is the question, pending what the call is on this penalty. And they're going to move them back to the 15-yard line. There, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15, 2:09 to go in quarter number 1. Austin Cotton, quarterback. Bryce Miller, the running back, side by side in that shotgun set. They're going to give it to Miller off the left side. Nice block up ahead by Kleckner, but being brought down from the side that time. Miller couldn't get away from Moberg, and True Moberg brings him down. Does get a nice gain up across the 20 to the 22-yard line, and a gain of 7 there for Bryce Miller.
And Bryce Miller continuing to be the do-it-all player. Gets the 2 negative plays at defensive end last possession, and now another big run to start out this drive.
From the left hash mark, Burrows overload that left side again, the near side of the field. Snap comes back, and the rush inside, a little tuck in back towards the middle, right on the hash mark. And the drive in across the 25 should be enough for the first down. Move the chains for the Burrows. Here's Bryce Miller, gets a little hand from brother Jacob, helping fix the jersey up around the shoulder pads. Third first down for Hillsboro Central Valley on that 5-yard gain. Burrows work quickly as well, too. Get up to the line of scrimmage. They know what they want to do. Kleckner goes in motion. He'll be a lead block on the right side as Cotton takes it up the middle. He's got a man to beat. He's not beating him. Winorovich brings him down shy of the 40-yard line at the 38. Gain of 12. First down for Hillsboro Central Valley. Took me a minute, but then I realized the offensive look looking like the old Lisbon offense, which makes sense. You got, Coach Rieger. He's a Lisbon Bronco kid. But that power running quarterback look here early on. Here's a take by Bryce Miller, right side. Blockers in front. He waits, patiently sets him up, cuts back in down the right sideline. Stiff arm here ahead, and he's finally brought down across the 50, across the 40, down to the 36-yard line. They're a gain of 25, and another Hillsboro Central Valley Burrow first down.
And a play all made by that patient running and that excellent zone blocking scheme executed to perfection by Hillsboro Central Valley.
Got to give credit to the guys on the tackles, Wyatt Myers, Cam Larson there, but also the tight ends, Ethan Mooney getting in there, and Jacob Miller as a receiver, Griffin Mitzel as a receiver, really doing a nice job of sealing that end right now for the who's running the football officials' time here. Not sure. We got an official without a hat on. Not sure why. Coming over talking about something. Right now it is Hillsboro Central Valley leading 8-6. Your Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Final 30 seconds of our first quarter. Both teams marching down the field on their opening drives, scoring through the air. Borough defense forces a punt, and now the spoiler defense trying to repeat that result as well, as Hillsboro Central Valley has driven to the spoiler 27-yard line. From the right hash mark, and now timeout called. And officials are talking things over. Now they're pointing right back, saying, let's get on the ball, so it's not going to be a full timeout. First game of the year, folks. 1st and 10 for Hillsboro Central Valley. Here. Looks like Cade Mueller has come in as a tight end. He's on the left side of the formation for Hillsboro Central Valley. Miller left, Cotton right. They run a man in motion. Goes to Jacob Miller on the little jet sweep. He cuts inside the block from Bryce Miller. He'll wrap his way up inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. There, so he picks up about 3. Sorry. They move the... Okay, I think that's what the officials are talking about. They move the chains back. Okay, so spot that back. It's going to be a gain of 9 there. So we do a little extra math and change that. We'll have time to do it here because it looks like we're going to go to the quarter break. After 1 quarter of play on your Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard, Hillsboro Central Valley leads Grafton 8-6 on yourliveevent.com.
Let's talk about price. Yeah, we've heard it. Why would I pay more for Polar when Big Wireless is cheaper? Let's break it down. With us, you're not on hold with someone who's 3 states away. Your call goes to Kimberly, or Ashley, or Tamra, someone who lives right here. When your internet's down, we're not mailing you out a box. We're sending a real person, someone that knows your name and probably your dog's name too. So yeah, we're not the cheapest. We're the best experience. Polar Communications.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Flipping sides of the field with Hillsboro Central Valley on offense, driving for this second time this game. First drive, they capped off a scoring play, a 4th down. There is, they go 24 yards. Austin Cotton to Griffin Mitzel. Bryce Miller ran it in for the 2, and that gave him the 8-6 lead after the Spoilers scored on their first drive. Here with through the air, a scoring play of 28 yards from Hansel to Aiden McMillan. Their run failed, and that's how we have that 8-6 score. The Burros will have the ball on the left hash mark to start this second quarter. 2nd and short. Snap comes back. It's going to be Bryce Miller looking around the right side edge. And the wide receiver to running back this season runs it forward for what should be a first down on a 2-yard gain. What I got for Miller's 8th carry of the ball game, 72 yards in those 8 carries. 12, 13, 14 plays in the first quarter for Hillsboro Central Valley. 7-10 for Grafton. Right hash mark, first down. Hillsboro Central Valley, Austin Cotton, the quarterback, right side, Bryce Miller. Jacob Miller comes in motion left to right. Cotton's going to keep it on the take. Up ahead. It's kind of tiptoes his way into traffic, hits a little spin move to fall forward for an extra yard, and he'll pick up 5 on that first down carry. Bryce Miller will come out, get a little bit of a breather. Jackson Kleckner will check in. He'll be on the left side. Cam Miller, that left tackle as well, the sophomore. As they run that way, it's going to be the take this time by Matthew Hershey. And the junior, one of just a couple juniors on the roster for the Burros. There, he'll get back, maybe a 1 yard gain on that play.
And that was a nice way to get off of the block by Jack Green, the tackle there for Grafton. Really broke up that play for Hillsboro Central Valley.
Jack Green, one of those 5 linebackers, 4 juniors, 1 sophomore in that crew. A lot of youth there, big junior presence in the lineups for the Spoilers. As the Burros take it, run right side. This time, Hershey blasted in the backfield, coming through. Bentley to Gelder gets in untouched from that linebacking core, and he stops him for a loss. Loss of 7 brings up a long 4th down now.
And Grafton has been here before. They had gotten 4th and long on that first possession. They need to finish strong here when they've earned a great opportunity to get a stop.
Well, Hillsboro Central Valley breaks the huddle. They'll send Griffin Mitzel, wide receiver, left side. They're going to now right side. Looks like Ethan Mooney's going to be the tight end. In the shotgun set, Austin Cotton, the quarterback, with the running back, Bryce Miller, next to him, left side. Back to pass. Cotton facing a quick rush right in his face immediately. Rolls out to the left, tries to tuck, run, nothing there deep. He'll just hold on to it and not going to be close as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That's about it, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. The Spoiler defense holds with 9:16 to go in this second quarter.
And Thomas Hassan, great chase down there, cuts off Cotton as he was trying to escape off that far side of the line of scrimmage.
Grafton will come out now, and ball will officially be marked on their own 27-yard line. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the right side. And back to pass. Hansel looking. Got time. Throws it left side. It's overthrown that time. Moberg coming out of the backfield as the release valve. Mitzel was there. And just maybe intentionally overthrown because Mitzel would have been in a great position to pick that. Had a couple picks last year. And that one he could have been looking to some of that green grass in front of him.
And actually a pretty clean pocket there for Hansel. Had nice patience, but just airmails that one a little bit.
First incompletion today, 3 for 4 on the day. 2nd and 10, trips receivers left, 1 right. In the shotgun set, 4-man rush by the Burros. Hansel, he'll throw left side. This one jump ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Again, this time with Drew Connell and Jacob Miller on defense. Augie Miller, the intended receiver in the vicinity. Now Bentley to Gelder will come out as Miguel Rodriguez coming back in for the offense for the Spoilers. 3rd down. Spoilers had a 3rd down on that first drive where they hit Moberg for 16 yards. Kind of that intermediate route in the flat. Moberg will be right side of a split back shotgun formation. Receivers each direction as well. They're going to run McMillan in motion, left to right. He'll stop shy of the tight end. Goes and up. Here's back to pass. Now he's going to be looking to run as Hansel takes it for the 1st down up across the 40 to the 42-yard line. 15-yard gain for Hansel.
And that's where you see that effective downfield passing so far for Grafton paying dividends. No one tags the quarterback. He gets an easy run for that 1st down pickup.
We do have a flag, and it's going to be on Hillsboro Central Valley. They're going to say a defensive block in the back, and that will be the first penalty on Hillsboro Central Valley. So move the forward across midfield. Officials talking over with Coach McMillan. I think they're just double checking where the ball's going to be spotted so you can call that offensive play. One thing that Coach McMillan talked about was these guys have been in, with his 3rd year being head coach, guys being familiar with the program, what they want to do. Practices have been good in the preseason. Guys, Even times they line up and they look at coach and say, hey, we're supposed to do this, do it this way, right? And coach says, oh, yeah, that is correct. So you got guys that know the playbook. Coming out now, 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Miguel Rodriguez. Right side, sheds one tackle, sheds another as he gets it up down to the 48-yard line. Gain of 7. Gain of 7 for Miguel Rodriguez. There, 102 carries for him last year. Here he's got 3 so far today. The second leading returning rusher behind True Moberg, who had 255 on the season last year. Rodriguez had 241. Second down and a long 4. High formation behind Hansel under center. Has a stand-up wingback right side. He'll toss left side as Noah Suda trying to find room, and he bounces off a couple would-be tacklers, gets across the first down, and moves the chains for the Spoilers.
And just some extra athleticism there. A chaos scramble drill in the backfield, still able to turn it for a nice gain.
And an opportunity for the coaches to schedule a little extra tackling practice next week there. Got to wrap up, guys. Sure, a defensive-minded coach like Sam Rieger wants to make sure that they have that. Augie Miller will be wide left. Aiden McMillan wide right. Suda, the deep back, play action. Hansel looks, being chased now. Coming, he'll dump it off, and no one in the area. Burrows pick it up, trying to think it's a fumble, but they're calling tuck rule on that. But also checking here if officials say, nope, they're going to just say incomplete. Incomplete. So 2nd and 10, inside the left hash mark. Spoilers will come up to the line of scrimmage. There, center, senior Jack Burke at the pivot. Snapping back to the junior, number 10, Easton Hansel, the quarterback. Sends a man, McMillan, right side to left side in motion. That short motion stops and heads upfield as the snap comes back. Hold is called. There's a flag comes in. Being chased and gets rid of it over the top. Hansel caught at the 30, but we're just kind of going to blow everything dead. And almost like when you're having a scrimmage and they're just like, yeah, this play don't count. We got the penalty, so whatever. They just kind of let it go. And the flag coming in, but Hansel was being chased. Riker Sundin, who subbed in for Hillsboro Central Valley, coming off the blind side edge, that left side of the offense, was chasing him down and right into the arms of Bryce Miller. Officials, with the flag at the 50-yard line, talking things over. I don't know, Luke, can you read lips?
Not from this distance. I wonder, the only question I have is there was a second flag thrown down on the field. I'm not sure if they were just both thrown for the hold or if there was a second penalty called a little later in the play.
Let's check it out here as we have a hold called on Grafton. And we have a offsetting penalty called there. I think they're calling it a hit to the helmet.
Yeah, I believe it was on that hit against not against Hansel right at the end of that play, went helmet to helmet, and he got an offsetting penalty.
So after all that, we're just going to wipe it all off and let's do it again. 7:39 to go in this first half. Both teams scoring on their opening drives, with both defenses making a stand on their second opportunity. Grafton, with their third drive of the game, comes out now on 2nd and 10. Two receivers left, 2 receivers right. DeGelder comes in. He'll be the wide outside receiver on the right side. Back to pass. Hansel. It's a draw play. Leaves it off here. Give it up to Suda. He'll run forward, and with that rush getting after Hansel, Suda able to get a lot of room in front of him. Good job by the offensive line, and we're going to move the chains there with it's like an 11-yard gain, 12-yard gain.
Yeah, excellently done by the offensive line. A draw play, incredibly difficult to hold those blocks for the extra time, and they did so excellently.
sixth first down of the first half. Late man coming off here is DeGelder. Now back to pass. Hansel. Flag comes out, throwing down the middle of the field. It is caught by McMillan. Caught by McMillan, just shy of the goal line, but that penalty going to be the legal procedure. The man coming off, I think they're going to call too many men in the huddle for Grafton. As it stands right now, would be down deep near the goal line for the Spoilers again through the air.
And heartbreaking if that is the case, Jake. It really didn't feel like that was a case where Hillsboro Central Valley had slacked off because they saw the penalty marker. It was just an incredibly effective play by Grafton that is going to be canceled out by this penalty if it stands as we believe.
McMillan had nice year last year, almost 400 yards, 5 touchdowns through the air. Had 2 catches for 64 and a touchdown in the opening drive. This would be another big one here, and we'll await the official call from our officials. The season opening tonight on yourliveevent.com, and they are going to call it on the Spoilers. There, so the penalty will bring up now 2nd and 15. Third official penalty. Had the offsetting ones here moments ago. But the third accepted penalty on the Spoilers in this game. 2nd and 15 now. 7:07 to go, first half. Ball on the Borough 40-yard line. Offensive line of Grafton, Jack Green, Dylan Tapia, Jack Burke, Cameron Fraser, Easton Ziegelman. The guys up front, Augie Miller, Aiden McMillan. Seeing Bentley DeGelder rotate into that receiving core too. True Moberg's going to split out wide left side, part of a 4-wide set. Easton Hansel back to pass. Looking, he's being pressured. He's going to roll to his right, trying to come back inside, dump it off over the middle, and off the hands a little high that time to Miller. Couldn't quite hold on to it as he was running towards the quarterback who was throwing it to him. And just hot potatoed that one. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down.
Little behind, a little high, and a missed opportunity there for Grafton.
Hillsboro Central Valley working their defensive subs as well, too. Alan Moocher comes in at that defensive tackle spot. Starting lineup was the 4-man front. They've moved to a 3-man front. There is trying to get a little extra pass coverage out there. Now they bring a guy down into that 4-man. Here's a not quite a screen play, but just get open. McMillan left side. No room in front of him. Brought down right away. Kleckner in on the tackle. It's Hunter Kleckner along with Drew Connell coming up to make the stop.
And Hillsboro Central Valley really adjusting well in the second quarter to the passing attack of the Grafton Spoilers. Really struggled over those first 4 or 5 pass attempts. Now have seemed to kind of put a bottleneck on Grafton a little bit, besides the broken play that they had when they got a little lucky with the penalty call.
And time called here by the Spoilers. Your timeouts here from on yourliveevent.com. 8-6. 6:21 to go in our first half. Your Nodak Insurance Company, Brad Richter, timeout.
Right Implement in Hillsboro. 701-636-5692 for shop and field service, farm equipment sales, repair on all equipment in the field, on the farm, and in the shop with Right Implement in Hillsboro. 701-636-5692. Check out Right Implement for farm equipment, repair, and service of equipment and all trucks on Caledonia Avenue in Hillsboro. Right Implement, 701-636-5692.
Timeouts brought to you by Brad Richter, Nick Preston, your Trail County agents with answers. In Hillsboro and Mayville, call 701-636-5285. There are the Spoilers taking their first timeouts. 6:21 to go in our first half. 8-6, Hillsboro Central Valley leading over Grafton. Spoilers scored first with a touchdown pass of 28 yards. Burrows came back with a 24-yard touchdown pass plus the 2-point conversion. here for our scoring. Since then, it's been offenses that have moved the ball, but defenses that have made a couple of stops. And now the Spoiler offense trying to come through on a long third down, a 3rd and 16 as they come out of this timeout. They will send DeGelder, Miller, and McMillan to the right side. Asand will be the receiver to the left side. Shotgun set, one running back to the right side of Easton Hansel. Back to pass, 4-man rush. Rolling to the right side, Miller pressuring. Here's the pass here, and it is... Was it held on to? Ball came out late.
No, ball was dropped.
I'm going to say incomplete pass.
Well, might I actually more add that it was a pass defense excellently so there by the secondary for Hillsboro Central Valley.
I had to get it to Asand on the crossing route. And there, give credit there. Jacob Miller, Austin Cotton, the safeties running with them. Now brings up a 4th and 16. And the Spoilers appear to be coming out with the offensive formation. Noah Suda, True Moberg going to be split backs in the shotgun formation with Hansel. McMillan in short motion, left to right, back to pass. Hansel looking, almost runs into the arms of Larson. Now he's back to pass, hit as he throws, hanging up in the air, underneath it for the catch. Did he hold on? No, they say it hit the ground. Hit the ground. It floated up there. As it was coming down, they say that Hassan unable to make the catch as it hit the ground, incomplete, and a turnover on downs. Wow. Again, Hansel just got blasted by Cam Larson right as he threw that play. I mean, that ball just hung up there, floated up there, and it ends up being incomplete, but what an effort given by multiple guys on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
No, and it looked like a kind of a Russell Wilson ball with that moon ball that he used to always throw back when he was playing for Seattle there for Hansel.
So Hillsboro Central Valley takes over. This will be their 3rd drive of the game. Ball on their own 41-yard line. 6:02 to go before halftime. In that shotgun set, defense comes across the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a free 5 yards for the Borough offense. 4th penalty, 40 yards on Grafton in the first half.
And that is some of the first hard counts we've seen either of these teams attempt, or at least to have any success with so far today, Jake. We'll see if they go back to that.
Looks like Easton Ziegelman switching sides there, that right defensive end. Dylan Tapia coming in at that nose tackle a little bit. Giving a little breather. Here's a run left side. Bryce Miller around the edge looking for a block. Finds a little bit of a block there at the final edge. A little extra effort. Picks up 3 yards on that first down. Brings up 2nd and a long 2. With this Borough offense. And Coach Rieger said they want to be tough. They want to be hard-nosed. And if you're going to come out and you're going to be physical like that, that's certainly what you want to see here in this first half as Bryson Allman rotates in the sophomore corner for the Spoilers. Burrows from the left hash mark, working left to right as we see it here. That's east to west on the compass. Jacob Miller goes in motion left to right. It's going to be a snap back comes here. Austin Cotton feeling his way up for the first down. Sneaking across, picking up that 3-yard gain, move the chains.
And that is that issue when you give a free 5 on first down. Really 2 pretty good defensive plays for Grafton. They just already found themselves behind the chains on still first down, and that allows Hillsboro Central Valley to pick up the first.
Across the midfield stripe into Spoiler territory. Burrows have it, first down and 10. Overload to that left side, run the motion across. Miller, defense nearly jumps on the right side, and we're going to have a flag coming out, blowing it dead. And they are going to say the penalty on the Spoilers.
Yeah, it looked like Miguel Rodriguez went early.
Trying to get that jump and be the 5th penalty now on the Spoilers this first half. So same as we just saw in the last set of downs, that first down penalty becoming now a 1st and 5, and sets it up where the Burros can just get us a couple yards plays, move the chains, keep some time coming off the clock, and reduce the number of opportunities that the Spoilers can have here in this first half. Burros with the option to receive in the second half as well. Overload to the right side as they run from the left hash mark. It's going to be Bryce Miller following his blockers, just putting that hand on the back shoulder pad of Breitenbach, the pulling guard. Trying to get to the outside edge. Cannot this time. Actually lost about a half yard. And that will bring up a 2nd and 6. As we see Cam Frazier rotating in, trying to keep some fresh bodies on that defensive line for Grafton. At the pivot spot for the Burros, Alan Moocher, Brody Breitenbach, Devin Wigdahl, the guards, Wyatt Myers, Cam Larson, the tackles. And here's a snap back, and Austin Cotton just going to jump on it. It can't be handled cleanly. And down with the ball. It'll be a loss back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
And it looks like a snap that Alan Butcher would want back. Kind of ended up right in between the two guys in the backfield. Goes off of Cotton's hand, and he just jumps on it.
Those little things. When you got here where you're snapping it to this guy or this guy, it's a learning process as a center. I only had to snap to one guy. He's got to snap to 2. Here's 3rd and 10 for Hillsboro Central Valley. Defense comes across, and that's going to be 5 yards as they blow the play dead. And the Spoilers trying to get that pressure, which probably isn't a bad tactic against an offensive line without an abundance of experience there. But so far in this drive, it's resulted in 15 yards of penalties.
Yeah, we were wondering if Hillsboro Central Valley would go back to that hard count, and they have proven they are going to repeatedly to get that rush for the defense off of them.
Here with 3:32 to go, we've already taken 2.5 minutes off this drive, and we've only gone about 15 yards. Here's a snapback, low snap to Miller as Bryce Miller picks it up off his kneecaps and then runs forward for the first down, picking up down here to the 34-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 9.
Yeah, a couple of suspect snaps this drive. We'll see if that's something to pay attention to for the rest of the game.
And yeah, Miller, he's a big kid. He's going to go play football at MSUM. Just signed on with them. Cotton, not small, but just not as tall. So sometimes just got to make sure where you're going with the snap. Miller comes out for a breather. Cotton's in the backfield. Running back to his left side is Hershey. Back to pass. Cotton looking. Pressure from behind. He'll throw it off, though. Finds his receiver out at the 25-yard line. Griffin Mitzel gloves it in for a 10-yard gain right to the first down marker and should be enough to move the chains.
And that was a real nice toe-tapping route. And that was timing right there to meet his receiver right at the marker, right at the sideline here. Excellent play, excellent connection between the quarterback and receiver.
Oh, Cotton dropped back 3 times, thrown it twice, both completed to Mitzel. The third time he scrambled and just tucked it and held on that 4th down. Here's now a 1st and 10. Cotton in the shotgun set. 2:26 to go as the snap readies and comes back. It's going to be off here to Hershey, and that edge being picked up that time, True Moberg, there to make the stop. Also, Easton Ziegelman being hard to run against.
And that was Moberg's play all the way. Set that edge hard, forced him to cut back in, right back where he had all of his friends. Great defensive play.
Hershey unable to get it going, lost 1 on the play. He'll check back out as Bryce Miller checks back in. Jacob Miller, a receiver on the left side. Here he'll be in tight. Hunter Kleckner, the H-back on that left side as well, too. Mitzel, the wide receiver top of the formation. Back to pass. Cotton looks left, sees the rush, steps around it, throws it over into the flat, looking, and caught on the edge. Jacob Miller, nice play on the deep out. And Miller hauls it in. And right in front of that first down marker, it's going to be 9, 10, 11. Where are we going to go? They say 8. They say 8. And then it's going to be a timeout called by Hillsboro Central Valley. So you're Brad Richter, Nick Preston, Trail County Agents with Answers with Nodak Insurance. They bring you your timeout with 1:33 to go in the first half. Hillsboro Central Valley leading Grafton. Your Golden Harvest, Tim Cassette, Seed Sales Scoreboard, 8-6.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
YourLiveEvent.com. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Season opener from Grafton. Grafton Spoilers, Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Burros leading here 8-6. Trying to get something before halftime. Jake Berkmeyer along with Luke Pater. Christian Adams with us here tonight. I did mention earlier, looking back to some similarities of last year as far as how teams scoring or whatever. Last year in the season opening matchup, Hillsboro Central Valley scored right before half, got the ball to start the second half, scored again, gave them a couple score lead, then part of a 3 straight unanswered scores, and they held on for the 28-22 win. So, something they'd like to repeat here tonight. Spoilers defense played well. Penalties giving some extra chances on this drive, resulting in the Burros continuing to move the chains. Picking it back up as Austin Cotton, your quarterback, on 3rd and short. In the shotgun set, running back to his left side is Bryce Miller. He takes the direct snap. He'll take one step right, then straight on ahead there, and we'll pick up the first down there with that gain of 3. 86 yards for Miller on the ground here in this first half. So, Burros do have 2 timeouts left. Yeah, scoreboard has 3 for that. I thought that last one was for the Burros. They marked it off for the Spoilers. Should be 2 timeouts each. 1:06 to go in this first half. They send Miller in motion out of the backfield. They direct snap it to Cotton, and unfooled in the backfield, making the play that time. Spoilers get in. Wes Johnson gets in. Junior puts on the pressure. That's going to be a loss on the play of 3 back here. There are 2 back to the 15, and a timeout called. Timeout called from Brad Richter, Nick Preston, Nodak Insurance Company, Trail County Agents with Answers. Call 701-636-5285.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
River's Edge Insurance Agency, Halstead, 218-456-2172.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner 3. Good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Second down for Hillsboro Central Valley. Back to pass out of the timeout. Austin Cotton dumps it off here to Bryce Miller, trying to set up a screen, but read that time by the entirety of the Spoiler defense. They were all over that, keying in on Miller and the defensive lineman, following the offensive line right to the spot. It's going to be a loss on the play here and keep the clock running, though, back here to the 20-yard line. Be third down. Burrows take the snap, back to pass. Cotton looking. He'll roll to his right side. Being chased from behind, tucks, runs, looks for the sideline, gets out here at the 17. Picks up 3 yards. And fourth down, your first down markers down at the 4. You had a 4th and 12, 4th and 13. With 12 seconds left, it's not impossible, but it's going to be hard to get 2 plays off. So we'll see here how the defense and offense both come out. Burrows are going to come out with the 2 in the backfield, shotgun set. Miller to the right side of Cotton. Mitzel, the wide receiver, to the left side. Awaiting the snap, it's back to pass. Cotton, immediate pressure, rolls out to his left side. He will throw it, and it's through the hands in the back of the end zone. Would not have mattered. Illegal forward pass was thrown past the line of scrimmage. Both our side judges got it. So will be incomplete pass, turnover on downs for Hillsboro Central Valley with 4 seconds left.
Still some positives to take away from that drive, though, there, Jake. Able to burn basically the rest of that second half clock. And they started that drive with a lot of time left, really keeping Grafton away from the football.
Yeah, 5 minutes and 58 seconds were burned. Here the Spoilers will have it on the 16-yard line, and they are going to come out in the kneel-down formation as the snap comes. And they do indeed kneel it down. So your halftime report from Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. We get to that. Hillsboro Central Valley leading Grafton 8-6. Your halftime score. We're going to go down to the field. Our halftime coaches' comments from Dakota Heritage Bank. Sam Rieger on the field with Luke Pater.
And, Coach, you guys took a bit of a gut punch there on that opening possession on defense. How did you like your team's response?
I like it a lot. I mean, we got a whole bunch of brand new guys in the secondary there. Told them just settle down. I mean, we're going to be okay. I mean, we locked in a little bit there in the end of the first half. I mean, we got a lot of ball left to play, though.
Yeah, and they were able to get a bit of a passing attack against you early. What adjustments were you guys making into that second quarter?
I mean, just telling those upperclassmen, I mean, we got 3 seniors back there at corners and safety, just telling them to keep everything in front of them. I mean, we're a bend, don't break defense, so just settle down, and these guys know how to play football.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Head coach Sam Rieger for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Our halftime coaches' comments from Dakota Heritage Bank. At the half, Hillsboro Central Valley leads Grafton 8-6. Your Golden Harvest, Tim Cassette, Seed Sales Scoreboard. Your halftime report is next.
People often ask me, why are Hillsboro Central Valley athletes so successful? Have you seen our fitness center? The weightlifting doesn't stop with our athletics. At Hillsboro Public School, we strive to do difficult things all the time. We help struggling readers read. Our MTSS process makes sure all students are improving. Hillsboro students are challenged to do difficult tasks each day. Please come and check out our school. And if you need a place to exercise, check out our fitness center.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. The dog days of summer are here and harvest has begun. Please stay safe this season. Summer also means heavily discounted shop, seed meter, and planter inspection rates. Cash and early order discounts pair with $50 per row rebate offered on new systems. And don't forget the fantastic interest rates, including 0% for 1 year. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 with any questions, or visit planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Let's face it, moving is a pain. And if you decide to do it yourself, take the hassle out with All About Moving in Grand Forks. While national conglomerates tend to overcharge and take longer, All About Moving is locally owned and wants to make your next move an efficient and stress-free experience. Take the stress out of moving with All About Moving in Grand Forks, so you can focus on the things that really matter.
Halftime report from Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance Agency in Hillsboro. Hillsboro Central Valley leading Grafton in the season opener 8-6 at the halfway point. As we look at that first half scoring summary, it was Grafton marching down the field on the opening possession, going 80 yards, just 5 plays. Easton Hansel to Aiden McMillan, 28-yard touchdown pass for the score. 2-point conversion run was no good, and 2 minutes, 19 seconds into the game, Grafton had a 6-0 lead. But Hillsboro Central Valley would respond immediately on their first possession. They'd run down the field through the ground game. Spoilers using more of the aerial attack. But on a fourth down, backed up, Hillsboro Central Valley, Austin Cotton finds Griffin Mitzel 24 yards through the air to the end zone, and the Bryce Miller 2-point conversion run was good. Hillsboro Central Valley takes the 8-6 lead, 5:17 to go in our first quarter. It's been that since then, with a punt by the Spoilers and then 3 straight turnover on downs by the teams before a kneel down with just a couple seconds left by the Spoilers to end our first half. We'll look into our first half numbers. We'll talk a little bit of second half action too when we come back. This is your halftime report from Grafton. Hillsboro Central Valley leading 8-6 on your Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
This is Dustin Nagel with Dakota Heritage Bank. We're a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we can assist you with all your banking needs, including checking and savings accounts, credit and debit cards, loans of all types, and more. We offer free mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking with Dakota Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bears Home Solutions is the Red River Valley's premier HVAC and plumbing company. Our team of friendly, licensed professionals has delivered top-notch service to the Red River Valley since 1978. Bears Home Solutions is the only name you need to know when it comes to heating, cooling, and plumbing installation, service, or repair. When you want it done right the first time, you need a Bear in there.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Halftime report from Farmers Union Insurance Agency, the Ryan Opdahl Agency, downtown Hillsboro. 8-6, Hillsboro Central Valley with the lead over Grafton. Let's look at our first half stats. For the Grafton Spoilers, Miguel Rodriguez, 3 carries, 17 yards on the ground. Noah Suda with 7 carries for 26 yards. Easton Hansel, 1 carry for 15, plus a team kneel down for -1 at the end of the half. Total of 57 yards rushing on the ground in half number 1. Through the air, Easton Hansel going 4 of 9 passing for 80 yards. 3 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown to Aiden McMillan. And 1 catch, 16 yards by True Moberg. For Grafton, 80 through the air, 57 on the ground. That's 137 of offense. No turnovers. Had 6 first downs in the first half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 penalties. They're totaling 50 yards in the first half as well for the Spoilers. Scoring plays of Easton Hansel to Aiden McMillan, 28-yard touchdown pass, 2-point conversion run failed for their 6 points. For the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, Austin Cotton, 8 carries, 25 yards. Bryce Miller, 12 carries, 86 yards. Matthew Hershey, 4 carries, -7. Jacob Mitzel, 1 carry, -6. Griffin Mitzel, 1 carry, -6. Jacob Miller, 1 carry for 9 yards for the Burros. Total of 107 yards rushing on the ground in the first half. Through the air, Austin Cotton was 3 of 5 passing for 29 yards. And a touchdown, 2 catches and a touchdown for 34 yards for Griffin Mitzel. Jacob Miller, 1 catch for 8 yards. Bryce Miller, 1 catch for -5 yards on through the air. 107 plus 29, 136 total offense in the first half for Hillsboro Central Valley. They had 9 first downs in the opening half. Did not have an accepted penalty. There's some offsetting penalties, did not have an accepted penalty against them in the first half. No turnovers for the Burros. Scoring plays of Austin Cotton to Griffin Mitzel, 24-yard touchdown pass on 4th down, followed up by a Bryce Miller 2-point conversion for the 8-6 lead now for Hillsboro Central Valley. That's your first half stats here on yourliveevent.com. Your halftime report from Ryan Opdahl Agency, downtown Hillsboro. We're going to see if we can grab Coach. Look ahead to the second half when we come back. Burros lead the Spoilers 8-6. Your Tim Cassette Seat Sales scoreboard.
Growing isn't just what happens in the field, it starts with a plan, the right seed, trusted advice, and a partner who's with you every step of the way. That's Brewer Seed and Egg. From planting through harvest, Brewer Seed and Egg is committed to helping your operation grow stronger, smarter, and more profitable. Because when your crops grow, so do the farms and the communities that they serve. Grow with confidence. Grow with Brewer Seed and Egg.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The City of Hillsboro encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsboro for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
At the half, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros lead over the Grafton Spoilers 8-6. Our halftime coaches' comments brought to you here by Dakota Heritage Bank. Christian Adams on the field with head coach for the Grafton Spoilers, Donovan McMillan.
Thank you, Jake. And Coach, your defense really able to dig their heels in that first half, able to clog up Hillsboro Central Valley in the red zone. What have you been most proud of what your defense has been able to accomplish?
I think when the game started, we came out
they had a couple plays there, got down the field, and I think we were maybe not as physical right away. And then we stepped it up. Hillsboro's a physical team. They're running the ball quite a bit and pretty hard on the edge and in the middle when they need to. And so I think we started to match that intensity, the physicality part of it. We started to match that then in the end of the first quarter, second quarter. And, it turned into we score first, they come down and score, and then it was back and forth from there. So both teams are throwing punches right now.
Now on offense, the Hansel-Meitzell connection worked well early on, but the offense kind of stopped up. What needs to improve in the second half to be able to convert and put the ball in the end zone?
Yeah, we just got to go back to our standards a little bit. We got to focus on our run game, try to get some early yards in the down on run, and then from there look at the air and just try to set that up a little bit. I think they were able to get more guys in pass coverage just because of the fact that we weren't putting the ball down in the ground right away and running with it. So we got to establish that more the second half here and go from there.
All righty, Coach, thank you very much, and best of luck in the second half.
Yep, thank you very much. Thanks.
All right, that is head coach Donovan McMillan. Jake, back to you.
Our Dakota Heritage Bank halftime coaches' comments, dhb.bank, the website. Second half rolls in when we return on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Well, kind of like when you're playing Madden, you hold the A button, you skip through the rest of halftime. We're going to shorten up the clock here as we get going on opening night. Grafton Spoilers will be kicking off. Jose Ramos, the freshman, out here to kick it deep. Hillsboro Central Valley sends their two back to receive as well. They'll be going from left to right as we await the second half kick. It is off and on the fly, picked up here at the 20-yard line on the left side and into a crowd of maroon jerseys. They're brought up. Hillsboro Central Valley will start at the official mark, 26-yard line. Trying to get all that crowd. 27-yard line. As we mark it in, and Hillsboro Central Valley with the offensive line of Wyatt Myers, Brody Breidenbach, Alan Moocher, Devin Wigdahl, and Cam Larson. Tight end Ethan Mooney, Hunter Kleckner, the fullback, Bryce Miller, the running back, along with Austin Cotting, receivers Griffin Mitzel, Jacob Miller. We're going to run off to the right side, but not running far as the spoiler defense in there for the loss on the first play of half number 2. That defense with Easton Ziegelman up front, Soren Larson, your nose tackle, Jack Burke on the defensive end. Linebackers are Thomas Hassan, Jack Green, Noah Suda, True Moberg, and Bentley DeGelder. Augie Miller, Aiden McMillan, and Chase Winorovich, your secondary for the Spoilers. Going to be a loss of 7 on that first play. So, 2nd and 17. Burrows will heavy to the left side, top of your screen. They will look left, come back right, a little cutback ball carrier vision that time. There for Bryce Miller. And he will cut into that deficit and bring up now a 3rd and 12 after the 5-yard gain.
Yeah, something that Hillsboro Central Valley's really been able to do in the first half is stay ahead of the sticks, and that's ever so important when you're running a running offense. Not off to a great start here, but a good chunk to make it 3rd and somewhat manageable.
Christian Adams join us for half number 2. Luke Pater with us in half number 1. He's running the camera now. I'm still Jake Birkmeyer here with the play-by-play call. 3rd and 12. Cotton takes a snap. Little play action. Oh, he's going to hand it off this time here to Miller. Looking for the edge. Trying to get to that outside edge. Does not. Defense strings him out. And it will bring up now a 4th down and long. Does pick up 2, make it a 4th and 10.
Great job by Augie Miller to get to the outside. That's another thing we saw from Hillsboro Central Valley in the first half. They had a lot of running room to the outside. A big adjustment made by Grafton as they've really been able to get the defensive backs to the numbers and to the outside and then downhill.
First punt of the game for Hillsboro Central Valley. Mitzel will punt it. Looks like Aiden McMillan will go back to receive. He's standing with his heels on his 35-yard line. Low snap, right-footed kick, gets off. Gunner's got a beat on McMillan as we're going to have a flag coming in for a block in the back. McMillan over to the left side, brings it across midfield. He's tackled at the Borough 48-yard line. As it stands, would be a 17-yard return, but that's going to come back. They're the block in the back, and will be the 7th penalty of the game here on the Spoilers.
Yeah, and it's been a little bit of a bugaboo for Grafton. I know first game of the season, they really committed most of their penalties on defense. However, I think it's been the penalties on offense that has actually been the most impactful. They've had 2 drives that have stalled out after penalties.
And this drive will start further back here after the Borough punt with 10:14 to go in our third quarter. Grafton taking over, and the ball will be marked at their own 27-yard line. Offense led out here from quarterback Easton Hansel. Here, Thomas Hassan, your tight end, Augie Miller, Aiden McMillan, your receivers, Miguel Rodriguez, True Moberg in the backfield. This time they're going to give it to Rodriguez, running right side, gets through a hole, and then drugged down from behind. Jacob Miller, defensively for Hillsboro Central Valley, holds on for dear life and brings him down after a 9-yard gain. Good run on first down for Rodriguez, running behind that offensive line of Jack Green, Dylan Tapia, Jack Burke, Cameron Frazier, and Easton Ziegelman.
Yeah, great push by the offensive line, and we've seen the threat of passing really open up the run game for Grafton.
Center receiver Miller wide left. McMillan will go wide right at the top of your screen. The H-back Moberg will be on the left side of the formation from the shotgun. Snap high, comes down, hands off to Rodriguez, gets away from one in the backfield, can't get away from Kleckner, and then the ball pops out. The ball pops out, and everyone in white is saying going there to the west, and the officials agree. It's the first turnover of the game. The Burros get the takeaway, and they take the ball in spoiler territory.
What a big turnover for Hillsboro Central Valley. Great job to pop that football loose. That was Rodriguez, who just tried to spin away from the tackle, get a couple of extra yards, but it ended up costing him.
So on the spoiler 36, the Burros take over. Quick change opportunity here. We'll see what they come out and talked in the pregame with Coach Rieger, who calls the defense, said, had 24 takeaways last year in the 11 games. They want to keep that rolling, and there's the first one of the new season. 1st and 10. Burros wait for the snap. It comes back. It's going to be Matthew Hershey running to the left side and tripped up in the backfield. A shoestring, diving, sliding tackle. Bentley to Gelder. Great play in the backfield. Big stop there for the Spoilers.
Yeah, that was a great play in the backfield. Just to be able to get into the backfield with that speed. So super impressive by DeGeldery.
Aaron DeGelder, the sophomore. DeGelder, as a sophomore, the youngest starter on defense. Winorovich, Olsen, and Burke are seniors. Everyone else a junior on that starting lineup defensively. Here's 2nd down and 12 from the 38-yard line. They're going to run a little inside handoff counter. Bryce Miller gives it to Jacob Miller. He's trying to follow his blockers, but a good job on the outside edge. You got Easton Ziegelman along with Thomas Hassan. They did not give up that outside shoulder, and then the defense able to flow from the inside, make this tackle, and just a 2-yard gain for Jacob Miller on that play.
Well, first of all, great read. But again, we talked about Grafton's ability to get to the outside and how they've made that adjustment. And the reason that gain was only for 2 yards is A, the read, and B, the ability to get to the outside with speed to make sure they're not able to get outside the numbers.
Cade Mueller will check out for Hillsboro Central Valley. Looks like Hunter Kleckner will check back in that H-back spot on the left side. Here's a snap to Bryce Miller, trying to find his way in. Pokes and prods and pushes his way ahead with forward momentum up here to the 32-yard line, gain of 4. Going to set up, though, a long 4th down now here on 4th and 6. Seeing Easton Beach subbing on as well, too. A little rotation. Looks like Cam Larson checking back in, or sophomores rotating through. Mitzel, the punter, he'll be lined up as a receiver out left side, so the Burrow offense going to go for it. In the backfield, Austin Cotton, Bryce Miller. Snap comes back from Moocher. Cotton rolling left across his body, looking, trying to find it, looking down, and it is Miller with a great adjustment. Did he hold on to it? Jacob Miller came back to the ball, dove in front of the defender. Are we going to have, looks like we're going to have incomplete pass.
Yeah, incomplete pass, just barely couldn't come up with it, but a great read to jump in front of that football and at the very least knock it out of the receiver's hands.
And as the defender, you probably want to knock that away, get the turnover on downs. I mean, everyone loves the interception. Interception, I never got it. Interception, I never got one of those either. But it will be a turnover on downs now for the Grafton Spoilers to take over. 7:01 to go in quarter number 3. Ball beyond their 33-yard line after they turned it over on a fumble on their last possession. Receivers each direction, I formation under center. McMillan is going to go in deep motion. They're going to hand off to True Moberg. He gets his first carry of the game. Kind of surprising that it came in the third quarter, but he gets wrapped up right away. No gain.
Good job to stay at home by the Hillsboro Central Valley defense. They tried a little bit of a mixed direction with Aiden McMillan. You saw he jumped up and tried to pretend like he was going to catch the ball and get to the outside, but it was just a hand up off the middle. Nice job by the Burrow defense to stay at home and make the tackle.
Andrew Richardson rotates in as a running back. He'll be the deep back for the Spoilers now. Moberg, the fullback, receivers each direction. Burrows with the 4 down lineman, 4 linebacker. They show blitz up the middle as the ball tries to go up the middle. Nothing there, and there's the on the blitz coming through. Riker Sundin here making the stop.
Yeah, and just power from Bean to be able to just blow past everybody and make sure he run into a target and put him right to the ground.
So I'll bring up a 3rd and 13 now for the Grafton Spoilers. Ball just inside their left hash. The dusk has come a little bit more. Light's a little bit more prominent out there on the field. See how that plays into effect over the last quarter and a half. 5:40 to go, third quarter. 2 right, 2 left on the receiver split. Shotgun formation. Hansel sends the inside man, right side in motion to the left. Back to pass, looking. He's throwing down the middle, looking for Miller, and going for the play. Incomplete. Maybe a fingertip that time by Austin Cotton. Got on it and helped broke it up.
Well, not a bad idea. He was able to put the ball over the safety's head, but ultimately I think it hung up just a little bit too much in the middle of the field, which gave the cornerbacks time to adjust to the ball and make sure that the receiver wasn't able to hang on.
There, so it brings up a 4th down. Punt formation shown now here by the Spoilers and the Burrows defensively. Rush comes in, punt gets off. Mitzel goes over, calls for the fair catch, and he'll receive it at the 34-yard line. So the punt there in defenses after the first possession of the game for either team, they have been the stories. Making stops, not letting the other offense get going. 5:22 to go in this third quarter. Back to the Burrow offense we go.
Yeah, you almost kind of wondered at the start of the game that this was maybe going to be a relatively high-scoring affair. But, Jake, you're right. The defenses have really stepped up, especially as we talked about in the red zone. But really now it's kind of the middle of the field that have become the battlegrounds.
1st and 10 for the Burrows, going from left to right. Cotton and Miller in the backfield. They send man in motion, and everyone goes in motion on that left side as we get a false start. First penalty on Hillsboro Central Valley today.
Well, for our first game, Jake, they've been really clean. But, you know, these are type of penalties that you're going to see early on in the season, especially with 2 teams that are putting guys on the field that are seeing some of their first varsity starting time.
Here's so 1st and 15, and a lot of seniors on there, but not many that have had that significant Friday Night Light varsity experience. Big graduating class a year ago, a lot of multiple year starters, and we have back-to-back false start penalties. There is Burrow's going to have it now. 1st and 20. That time got going on the right side of the line. And you could see it right away, just the, man, knowing they made the mistake. But now it's the game, especially for younger players, to come back and make that next play. You got to have that goldfish memory, move on.
I like that, goldfish memory.
Yeah, I've seen Ted Lasso. Yeah. Here's 1st and 20. Griffin Mitzel, wide receiver out to the right side. They're going to load up on that right side with the H-back as well, too. They're going to run it up the middle. Here, a good gain on 1st and 20 as they're going to pick up about 7 of those yards. That time up the gut with the carry.
Yeah, not a bad job. I mean, I think you'd like to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but considering, you came up just about 3 yards short, really not a bad gain on 1st down, and that was just a little bit of a draw there by the ball handler. He hesitated just a second before he decided to hit the hole.
As Bryce Miller checks out, we're going to rotate in here. Jackson Kleckner will be in. Austin Cotton in the backfield sends Hunter Kleckner in motion to the left side. Cotton keeps it on the direct snap to him. The snap back to the quarterback is technically what it would be for him by position designation. And short gain and now slow to get up. Looked like someone might have got stepped on a little bit. Breitenbach gets up, looks to be okay. As he runs off. Or was that Lindbergh? Was that 50 or 60?
Yeah, it was Lindbergh.
Lindbergh. Okay, so Lindbergh checked in. He'll come back. So 3rd down and 12 for Hillsboro Central Valley. 3:31 to go in our 3rd quarter. And what has been a stalemate since early on in the 1st quarter when the Burros took an 8-6 lead. 4th down touchdown pass from Cotton to Mitzel. And the 2-point conversion gave him the lead. Cotton back to pass now. Pressure in his face, steps around it. Ball pops loose, or is he just brought down?
He was just brought down, but the snap was low, and that really cost Cotton some time. I mean, he basically had to get down and field the ball almost like a shortstop, and then immediately had to take off to his left.
Looking there, was that a sand there with the sack officially on that play? Did you see who came up on top?
I did not. Since it was over to Cotton's left, couldn't quite see through all the bodies. They were able to get down there pretty quickly. There was a handful of guys that were able to read that and get in the backfield.
Well, the sack brings it down to loss of 10 on the play. And we'll bring out punt formation. We'll see if Mitzel can put a boot into this one and try and flip the field. McMillan back at his own 38-yard line. Here comes the right-footed kick, and it will go to here, picked up on a bounce. Actually, this will be Allman there as he'll take it right side, and Bryson Allman works his way up to midfield, gets across it to the 49. So a little bounce, didn't field it cleanly, but still gets a solid 9-yard return on the punt.
Yep, and they're going to get more on that play. There's a flag. That's either going to be a face mask or, it's going to be a face mask on Hillsboro Central Valley. So talked about penalties. Really, it was Grafton that were committing more of the penalties of the first half. That's kind of flip-flopped here early in the second.
We'll see if it's the 5 or the 15. And it's going to move it into Burrow territory. Here, this is their second penalty, both in this quarter for Hillsboro Central Valley, and it will be the 15. So, their third penalty now, totaling 25 yards in that quarter. 2:07 to play in quarter number 3. Grafton in fantastic field position now, trailing by 2, trying to move ahead on that scoreboard. They'll turn, they'll get first man through. Moberg, True up the middle. As True Moberg brings it down here to the 24-yard line, 12 yards, first down on that first play.
Yeah, Moberg just able to find the hole and accelerate through it, Jake. That's one of the bigger plays offensively that we've seen from either team here in the second half.
Second longest rush by the Spoilers here today. Hansel had that 15-yard scamper earlier. as he brings the play in now on 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Borough defense trying to make a stand like they did earlier. Augie Miller wide right, Aiden McMillan wide left. The receivers, I formation, under center. McMillan goes in motion left to right, twinned up on that far side. They hand off, running left. Here's Moberg, dragging people, bringing them along for the ride down to the 10. Moberg mowing through guys that time as he gets another first down, and big physical runner that time. Joe Moberg, 6'1", 210. He's well put together, and he's got the Spoilers knocking on the doorstep. 1st and goal from the 10.
Yeah, he is. That was just a lower the shoulder, drag guys with a moment for Moberg. Now can Grafton be the team that converts in the red zone?
Moberg comes off, gets a little bit of a breather. Rodriguez will be the back in the shotgun set with Hansel to his left. He'll hand off to Rodriguez, trying to run off the left side. Hits the defense. Helmet pops off of the defender. Looks like Kleckner lost the helmet for the second time today. And it's going to be short yardage gain there for Rodriguez.
Yeah, just about a gain of a yard on the play, but again, some tough-nosed football here from Grafton. Again, trying to be that team that converts. We've seen both teams move the ball at different points throughout the game, but it's really been the red zone that's been the toughest nut to crack for either side. Would be a big momentum changer at the end of a quarter here if they can put it in the end zone.
DeGelder rotates in at the running back there. Rodriguez comes out. Also having Andrew Richardson rotate in. He'll be the running back in the backfield. DeGelder will be the tight end on the right side. McMillan goes in motion as we stop play, and a timeout is called by the Spoilers. Timeouts from Brad Richter, Nodak Insurance Company, your Trail County agents with answers. Hillsboro Central Valley leading over Grafton 8-6, final seconds of the third quarter when we come back on yourliveevent.com.
At Bank Forward, we understand ag. Many of our employees have deep agricultural roots and understand firsthand the ups and downs of farming and ranching. When you talk to us about your ag operation, you can trust we understand your language and the current state of agriculture. Stop in today and let's discuss your ag operations needs. Standing with ag producers. Since 1927, it's simply the Forward way.
Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota has adapted to the growing needs of the edible bean industry since 1982. Production of edible beans helps many growers in the Red River Valley make their operation more profitable. These growers are also producing a nutritious, high-protein food source helping feed a hungry world. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota, with receiving stations in Garsky, Grafton, Larimore, Sharon, Devils Lake, Lankin, and East Grand Forks. Learn more at centralvalleybean.com or call 701-847-2622.
Coming up on a 2nd and goal from the 8 out of the Brad Richter, Nick Preston Trail County Agents with Answers with Nodak Insurance Company timeout. Suda and Richardson in a little bit of a wildcat formation. They snap it to Richardson. He takes it right side and then gets off a tackle, and he's into the end zone. The got off the shoulder tackle that time, and he squirts his way to the outside. Nice lead blocks on the outside edge there. McMillan came in motion. He threw a big one, and Richardson in for the go-ahead score.
Yeah, well, they ran that same formation that they did right before the timeout, so I wonder if there was a little bit of miscommunication, but great blocking up front, but a nice adjustment by Richardson. That was a high snap that he didn't have to jump for, but he really had to go up there. It cost him a second or two, but good job with his eyes. He was able to find the hole and then break outside the numbers.
They're 5'10", sophomore, kind of that scat back water bug kind of runner, and he's able to show some power to get through the tackle there in the 8-yard touchdown run. On now for the 2-point conversion. Hansel will be under center. Moberg the fullback. Suda the tailback. They turn the handoff to Moberg. A nice stick up the gut that time by Hunter Kleckner. Kleckner goes in, sticks him for the 2-point conversion failure, and it will be 12-8. Grafton leading over Hillsboro Central Valley. Your Golden Harvest Tim Cazette Seed Sales scoreboard. 12 seconds left, third quarter when we come back.
At Hillsboro Public School, endurance isn't just for the cross-country team. It is a word that we all practice, whether it's sticking with a math problem until it clicks, practicing reading until a student becomes proficient, or simply showing up ready to learn each day. Students and staff know that endurance builds winners in the classroom, in competition, and in life. You can find out more about our school at hillsboroK12.com.
Grafton Spoilers with their second scoring drive of the day take advantage of a punt and a penalty, some good field position. And they go 36 yards in a minute 55. And Andrew Richardson, 8-yard touchdown run, gets him in the end zone. Can't cross the goal line for the 2-point conversion. And so it will be a 12-8 lead for Grafton over Hillsboro Central Valley. As the Spoilers prepare to kick it off, here, Jose Ramos on to kick. And from right to left, the boot is off on the run. Burrows will pick it up at the 20-yard line, trying to work it to the outside edge. Down the sideline, cuts back inside at the 45, drug ahead down to 50, and a good answer with good field position for the Burrows as Miller brings it down across into Spoiler territory to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Miller, and a good job, too, to take a step back and then run to the football. So he almost had a bit of a running start on that return. The Burrows, as you just talked about, Jake, was a nice response by Miller, but as a team, they'll need to find a response again. Went down early, was able to take the lead 8-6. Now they're going to have to try and come from behind again here late in the third quarter.
Should be the final play of the third quarter. Just 4 seconds left as the Burrows come up to the line of scrimmage. Left hash mark. In the backfield with the 2 runners. They'll snap it back, and it will be in the backfield. Matthew Hershey has not been able to find the room to run forward. This time getting into the backfield, it's Wes Johnson again. Johnson's made a couple plays in the backfield, and that loss will be the final play of quarter number 3. As we get set, put them up. Fourth quarter coming your way on your Golden Harvest. Tim Kazette, Seed Sales Scoreboard. Grafton leads Hillsboro Central Valley 12-8.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Fourth quarter time in Grafton. Season opening night and a good game we've had so far. Mostly a defensive battle, but the offense for the Spoilers broke through here in that third quarter, gave them a 12-8 lead. Hillsboro Central Valley now trying to answer. A negative play on that last play of the third brings up now a 2nd and 15 from the right hash mark. Send a man in motion right to left. That's Jacob Miller. They're going to snap it back. And Austin Cotton, no room to run. He's just back up to the 45-yard line, picks up 1. And offense needed a lot more than that on that play.
Yeah, it looked like that was Jack Green that was able to get into the backfield. And biggest difference for Hillsboro Central Valley, they haven't been able to stay ahead of the sticks here in the second half. A lot of that due to the front of Grafton. They've really been able to penetrate past the offensive line of the Burrows.
Really bring it in tight. It's a 3-man front, but the way they pack in those linebackers and bring in the blitzes, it's all 8 in the box there, and who's coming? They're all coming. Here's the snap goes back, and then they run the inside counter give from Bryce Miller to Jacob Miller. He's trying to get to the outside edge. He can't find the edge making the play. Thomas Hassan, couple big plays for him here in this second half.
Yeah, and again, back to what we've kind of been talking about with this Grafton defense. They've really been able to read. One of the trickiest things about defending this Borough offense is the different options. Even though you're running the football time after time after time, there's a bunch of different things that they can do with it. But again, the ability to read and make sure that your eye is on the ball and then go and attack it has been very good for Grafton.
And defensively, they've done a great job of maintaining those edges. Now in punt formation, Hillsboro Central Valley trying to pin them deep. Griffin Mitchell back here as he'll give a little, almost a rugby-style kick, but not a lot of distance, not a lot of height. And it will roll and be down here at the 39-yard line of the Spoilers.
Yeah, it's going to be great field position for Grafton. Jake, in my mind, this is one of the biggest drives of the game right here. Just a 4-point game. If Grafton can find a way to get points on the board, I think that they will be in a really solid place. It will put them in a position to maybe close it out on defense.
10:20 to go in this fourth quarter. They start on the 39-yard line. And so far, their scoring drives have been quick scoring drives. We'll see here if they can put together a drive that will milk some clock. Here on first down, they're going to
call a timeout.
Okay. Spoilers take their second timeout of the half. 10:20 to go in the fourth quarter. On your Tim Cassette seat sales scoreboard, Grafton leads Hillsboro Central Valley 12-8.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, Swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro.
It will be first and 10 for the Grafton Spoilers as we come out of the timeout from Brad Richter, Nick Preston, your Trail County agents with answers with Nodak Insurance. Talk to Brad in Hillsboro, Nick in Mayville, 701-636-5285. That phone number. Been a heck of a game here today. Spoilers starting this drive. Seeing who can help try and come out on top. Last couple of years have faced the Burros in the season opener. Haven't been able to get the W against them. Here's an inside give. Just a dive play and diving into the ground after a yard. It's Miguel Rodriguez with a 1-yard carry.
Yeah, not surprised to see them go on the ground here. I mean, 10 minutes, decent amount of time left, but if you can take a big chunk off the clock, that would be very good for Grafton.
Up to the line of scrimmage fairly quickly. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. In the shotgun, Hansel taking the snap, dropping back, pressure, being contained right now. He's got a lot of time. Throw over the middle. It's caught by Moberg. Moberg had to come back to it, so maybe would have had the first down, but the momentum taking him back. He's going to end up being about 4 yards shy here as they move up here to the 42-yard line.
But that's a great read by Hansel. I mean, he just bought himself time and enough time for Moberg to get across the center of the field, and now you're dealing with 3rd and short rather than 3rd and long.
Up to the line of scrimmage, calling for the hard count, and it's effective. Got someone to bite there, and, well, fingers, of course, pointing back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not sure the officials quite know who it is. Wow,
it's on the Spoilers. Full start is called, and that turns it from 3rd and short into 3rd and long. That'll be 3rd and 8. That last completion by Hansel, just his second completion since the opening drive, and the prior completion was one that went for no gain.
Yeah, so they have not thrown the ball a lot, especially here in the
2
second
of
half.
8 for 6 yards after going 3 for 3 for 80 yards on that first drive. Big 3rd down now for the Spoilers. They get up to the line of scrimmage. No, they're going to move McMillan from the right side to the left side. So solo receivers on each side. Moberg comes up as an H-back on the right side of the offensive line. Back to pass. Looking McMillan's way. Hansel steps up, still looking his way, throwing down the field. It is too far out of the reach that time. Looking for Sand coming across up the seam. And just too far, incomplete pass.
Yeah, it was there. I mean, that was a great job by Hansel. He's got really good pocket awareness, the ability that he's been able to show off in this game of staying calm in the backfield and stepping up into the pocket just a little bit too far out in front of the receiver. He was able to get one hand on it, couldn't get two.
Punt formation will come out for Grafton. Defensive stand there by the Borough offense, or by the Borough defense, sorry. Ooh. Nearly came across early. They do get the punt off. Fair catch is called, but bobbled and on the ground. But do they have fair catch interference? What are they going to have? It's going to be spoiler football as a signal. The muff punt and the Spoilers recover, and they take it back on offense.
Yeah, that was trouble. As soon as I saw it, the receiver, the punt returner, I should say, really had to run into a crowded pile. And that caused a whole heck of a lot of traffic. It did bump off of his hands, and I believe it was Richardson that was able to jump on it.
So the muffed punt, the turnover there that gives the ball back to the Spoilers with 9:07 to go in Borough territory. They'll come out. Aiden McMillan wide right side. Augie Miller wide left side. I formation under center. Moberg back in there at fullback. They'll play action, back to pass. Hansel looking, throws it over the middle. High, nearly intercepted, but through multiple sets of hands. Miller couldn't hold on to it. Cotton couldn't hold on to it, and it's incomplete.
Again, Hansel making the right read there, just a little bit too tall on the throw, and it nearly cost him. Receiver was open, just had to bring that throw down a little bit, and it's a gain of probably 12 to 15 yards instead of an incompletion.
There's the Borough defense, and Dean comes in at that defensive line. He's lined in as a D tackle. He's had a couple big rush. He nearly makes the tackle there, runs him right into the arms of Bryce Miller. And it's going to be a short gain on that second down play. Set up now a 3rd and 8 after the carry.
So I talked about the last drive for Grafton maybe being one of the most important of the game, and really almost kind of new life with the muff punt from Hillsboro Central Valley. Kind of right back in that same situation again. Can Grafton convert and potentially take a stranglehold on this contest?
Suda comes out. Richardson comes back in on the rotation here. We've got a few faces through that backfield rotation in this game for the Spoilers. They send 2 left, 1 right, and in the shotgun set, Hansel takes a snap. Looking. And now he's going to tuck it and run himself. And big gain for him. He's got the first down and more. Inside the 20. Ball pops out at the end. Had the first down. Ball popped out from behind. And it is a turnover by the Borough, or by the Borough defense. A takeaway for the Borough defense. What a turn of events. A topsy-turvy roller coaster the last few plays.
Defense is coming up big, Jay. Along with special teams that, well, I don't think we saw a turnover in the first half, and now we've had quite a few here in the second half. But Hansel was trying to get a couple of extra yards. He extended the football out to see if he could pick up maybe an extra 2 after the first down, put himself in a better position to score. Fortunately, it was poked away for him.
It was a gain of 18, but then fumbled there, so Burrows take over 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. And the give up here, again, Hunter Kleckner got to strap that helmet up, bud. It pops off again as he's blocking downfield. There, and it will be 2-yard loss as Easton Ziegelman's in there to make the stop.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Ziegelman. Again, that defensive front of Grafton has played a massive part in Grafton's ability to stop the run.
Borough offense out here. Low snap. Cotton picks it up. Back to... No, that's Billings. Ryan Billings back to throw. And it is incomplete.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Billings steps in.
Given the situation, honestly, that it wasn't bad by Billings. He really had to work hard to pick up that football, but was able to roll out to his right just enough. He actually delivered not a bad football for kind of being in a little helter-skelter situation, but just out of the reach of the receiver. He's able to get one hand on it, but couldn't get the second one and tiptoe the sideline.
So Billings will stay in at the quarterback position as he's in the backfield right now. Sends Jacob Miller in motion. They'll give the direct snap to Bryce Miller. Makes a couple men miss. Flag in the backfield, though, as he gets up to the 20-yard line. And we'll see what it is. A gain of 7 as it stands right now, but flag in the backfield, and the initial signal says move it back here. It's against Hillsboro Central Valley.
Yeah, it is. I believe it's going to be a holding call, and yep, and it was pretty immediate, too, right after the direct snap to Miller, and he kind of just was able to find his hole is when that flag came out. So a costly penalty for Hillsboro Central Valley, really going to back them up here. 3rd and 13 now with the ball on the 10-yard line. And they're going to have to find a way to get a big chunk play here to, at least have a better field position on defense to work with, or at least give yourself a shot to potentially convert on 3rd down.
So it should be half the distance. They move it back here to the 5-yard line.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. 4th penalty of the second half by the Burros. Now on a 3rd and 17. Receiver to the right side. Man in motion goes right to left. Little miscommunication. They end up having off to Bryce Miller. Around to the right side. Tries to stiff arm his way through the edge. Gets through a would-be tackler, but multiple ones there. Can't go through everyone. It's going to be a short gain. 3 yards brings up 4th down.
Yeah, the Burros trying some misdirection there. That was well done, but again, not a big enough of a chunk play there to pick up that 1st down. But I like the play call there. You don't want to risk another turnover this deep inside your own territory. I think that was the best chance for them to potentially pick up the 1st down while being somewhat conservative as well.
Miller, you decide on the consolation part there, but crosses the 100 yards there, 18 for 100 yards. Had some big gains early. It's been balled up most of the second half. Here's a big punt and a nice roll off the foot of Mitzel. Hits here, gets about an extra 6 yards from the 50 down to the 44. And considering you were on your own 9, that's a pretty good job of flipping the field.
Yeah, it is, especially at this level of football, and that's could potentially come back to really help the Burros in this one again. It's kind of been a back and forth affair. You turn the ball over, I turn the ball over. You get a stop, I get a stop. But right now, again, that difference, that Richardson touchdown, at some point, Hillsboro Central Valley going to have to make a stop and then convert on offense.
We'll see what they do against the offense of the Spoilers. Jack Green, Dylan Tapia, Jack Burke, Cameron Frazier, Easton Ziegelman on that offensive line lead the team out. Augie Miller, Aiden McMillan, Thomas Assand, Miguel Rodriguez, Drew Moberg, your backs, receivers, tight ends. Easton Hansel, your quarterback. Here's the give up the gut and a good, strong, physical football run that time. Officials let him go and finally turned back in, but it's going to be a nice 4-yard gain on that first play.
Yeah, and doing exactly what a run on 1st down is supposed to do. Pick up 3 or 4 yards, stay ahead of the sticks, put yourself in a position to continue to get 1st downs now. Just over 6.5 minutes left in the ball game. Again, Grafton with the lead has a chance to take time off the clock.
Ziegelman comes out. Here's the make a change on that offensive line. Didn't see the jersey number who's coming in. Here's a pitch play over to the left side and breaking free into some extra room across the 40 down. And does the ball? No, the ball is down. Ball is down. Official on it right away and saying runner is down. Runner's down there at the 38-yard line.
Well, Richardson, Jake, might be the star of the second half. He's got the go-ahead touchdown right now, and really the first, not the first, but one of the only big offensive plays that we've seen here in this second half. Again, this really has been about the defenses, but Richardson, that touchdown and then a big run there, able to get outside the numbers and with his speed was able to take off.
Brings up a 1st down. That's the 9th 1st down in the game for the Spoiler offense. 1st and 10 in the shotgun set. They'll hand off again on the carry off the right side. And they'll take their 4 yards. And line up now here, 2nd and 6. There's Noah Suda with the carry. Spoilers here got back to the state playoffs last year, finished above 500 at that 5-4 overall record. Had a couple of rough years before that. Here, and guys looking to keep that going and trying to get a season opening win here tonight. Ahead by 4, approaching 5 minutes to go. Here's a run inside. Again, that interior falling behind the guards and center. Another 3 yards on this one. 3 yards on this one. Going to bring up now a 3rd and 4.
These may be one of the biggest couple plays of the game, Jake. Hillsboro Central Valley has to keep an eye on the clock here. A touchdown from Grafton makes this a 2-score game. Would be very difficult inside of 3 or 4 minutes to get 2 scores. So this Hillsboro Central Valley defense really need to get off the field.
3rd down, they spread them out 4 wide, 2 each direction. Back to pass. Hansel gives it on a draw to Suda. He'll bring it forward, hit at the 1st down marker, falls forward, has the yardage he needs. There will be 1st and 10. Ball here at the 24-yard line. 7-yard gain.
Well, Luke talked about it in the pregame. The coaching staff talked about it in the pregame that these type of games are going to be won in the trenches. And right now, Grafton winning the battle in the trenches was great blocking up front. A little bit of the draw came into that as well. And a big 1st down for Grafton.
Pace and ball control. That's what you're preaching right now here for this spoiler offense. Ahead, under 4 minutes to go. Burrows, you got to start thinking too, when you're going to use those timeouts. In the shotgun set, back to pass. Hansel looking, being pressured, hit as he's thrown, and it is incomplete. Multiple people in front of me asking for some laundry, but nothing there. And it will be incomplete pass. Stops the clock and brings up a 2nd and 10. And a little trying to get the defense off their heels, coming downhill.
Yeah, but I think it was a pretty aggressive play call to go for it there.
I like it.
Yeah, not bad. They almost like they wanted to put the game away right here, right now, but that ball just a little bit underthrown. Was actually a great read by McMillan to come back to the football and get around the defensive back, but just couldn't quite come far enough back and make a diving catch.
The completion percentage, not where you want it, but Hansel's played a nice game. He's been just missing on a couple of those throws, and also he's dealt with a lot of pressure in his face. Here's a run up the gut. Off the right side, it's going to be inside the 20-yard line, just inside of it. And there's going to be the first time out here ahead of the 3rd down attempt by the Spoilers. So your timeouts from Brad Richter, Nick Preston, your Trail County agents with answers with Nodak Insurance. 3:34 to go in the 4th quarter. It'll be 3rd and 6. Grafton leading Hillsboro Central Valley 12-8 when we come back on yourliveevent.com.
A reliable connection makes everyday life easier. And when you need help, it matters who answers. Hallstad Telephone Company delivers consistent internet service backed by friendly local customer care. With fiber optic technology, flexible plans, telephone, and cable TV, HTC helps keep communities across Minnesota and North Dakota connected. Dependable technology, local people, service you can count on. See what's available at hallstadtel.com.
3rd down ahead of the spoiler attempt. They're leading 12-8. Was in that 3rd quarter. Grafton got great field position. Only needed to go 36 yards. It was a penalty on the punt there that moved them ahead. And then the short field capitalized, got the touchdown to go ahead. Both teams having a turnover since then. A muff punt by the Burros, a fumble by the Spoilers, and now the Burro defense trying to spoil the home opener of Grafton with a potential comeback here if they can get a stop. Spoilers back to pass, looking here. Hansel, right side, left side, back here, and he is brought down with a sack. big sack that time. Jacob Miller in on that one, along with his teammate Cam Larson. Couple of the young guns get in there and bring him back for a sack to the 33-yard line. Loss of 13.
Yeah, not sure if somebody called a timeout. The clock not moving right now.
Burrows, timeout.
Burrows do take their second timeout, so they stop the clock. Going to be a 4th and very long for the Spoilers. They'll have time to think if they're going to pick up some yards or punt it or what they want to do as we take this timeout from Brad Richter, Nick Preston, Nodak Insurance Company, Trail County Agents with Answers.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
4th down for the Grafton Spoilers. Out of the timeout, Brad Richter, Nick Preston. There, give them a call, 701-636-5285. Trail County Agents with Answers. Who has the answers right now? Burrow defense on a 4th down stop, trying to get the ball back. They have 1 timeout left for their offense. Spoilers, they have a timeout left as well. And they're going to come out in their offensive formation. Trips receivers left, 1 to the right. Running back in the shotgun set with Hansel, the quarterback. Back to him. They set up the screen. Give it to Augie Miller on the left side, trying to make guys miss. He'll work it up the left sideline, and not enough for the first down, but picks up good yardage. At least probably pins the Burrows back further than they would with a punt, as they'll take it here on the 18-yard line on the turnover on downs.
Yeah, and a big stop and an excellent usage of the timeouts by Hillsboro Central Valley, Jake. And now you've given yourself a little under 3.5 minutes here to work yourself down the field. Again, they've ran the ball primarily. Are they going to stick to the run, or are they going to let Cotton throw the football a little bit here?
3:21, 1 timeout from the 18-yard line. Means 82 yards to go. Back to pass, looking, they set up a screen, a little bobble there, and unable to get it cleanly, and read well by the defense. There'll be a loss on the play of 3 yards.
Yeah, another good read by the Grafton defense, but really the bobble to the football cost Cotton a little bit of time there, and that screen just never developed the way that they want to. Don't like the play call there, but just unable to execute it cleanly.
Cotton back in at quarterback. Here as the snap comes and running into a crowd, nothing there for the Burrow offense, and right away quickly into a 3rd and long.
Unstopped by a wall.
In this situation, Jake, this could potentially be Hillsboro Central Valley's last possession of the game. Of course, we talked about how important staying ahead of the sticks is for this team that likes to run the football. Grafton doing a great job. Again, their penetration that we've talked about all half long.
To the line of scrimmage. Bryce Miller in the backfield with Austin Cotton. Got Griffin Mitzel out wide left. He's been the main receiving threat earlier here. Inside handoff, a give to Jacob Miller. So he going left to right, and he'll bring it up to the 20-yard line. Sets up now a 4th down and about 9.
That's a very long 9, Jake, and I mean, what do you think here? I mean, do you go for it deep in your own territory with under 2 minutes left to go?
You have to. You only got 1 timeout left. Yeah, have to go for it here. As they line up, they'll send a receiver out wide left or wide right. Left side will be Kleckner as a wingback in the backfield. You got Bryce Miller, Austin Cotton. He's back to pass. He's going to roll to his right side. On 4th down, he looks. He finds along the sideline. And that looks like it'll be incomplete.
Yeah, it was probably about 2 yards, 3 yards short of the intended receiver. It's actually the coach that caught the football there on the sidelines. But unfortunately, turnover on downs for Hillsboro Central Valley. And now, if you can execute this well, a chance for Grafton to close this one out.
92 seconds left in this one. As the spoilers come up, Easton Hansel brings them out, and we'll see if they just play it safe and kneel it. No, they're going to come out in the offensive set. In the shotgun set, receiver left, receiver right. Running back in the backfield to the right side, they turn handoff. That's Noah Suda. He'll bring it up into the line of scrimmage and fall down, both hands on the ball securely. That will lead us to our third and final timeout taken by Hillsboro Central Valley. 1:27 to go in this fourth quarter. 12-8, Grafton leads over Hillsboro Central Valley. Your Golden Harvest Tim Cassette seat sales scoreboard.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club.
Final timeout taken by Hillsboro Central Valley. Your timeouts from Brad Richter, Nick Preston, Nodak Insurance Company, your Trail County agents with answers. Spoilers trying to close out here. Just a couple crisp and clean snaps. Minute 27 to go. Here as they send receiver Miller left. This time they do come out in the kneel down formation. So Hansel will be under center, takes the snap, puts the knee to the turf. That will run the clock, and by the time they get it set, I'd imagine that they'll be able to run it down and take it the distance to the 000 after that. The Grafton Spoilers, a kneel down away from going to 1-0. Hillsboro Central Valley would fall to 0-1. Up next for Grafton is they would go to Mayport CG, take on the Patriots in a non-region. Burroughs would have a non-region in the rival matchup with the Thompson Tommies. That's going to be in Hillsboro is where I'm told the game is. It's going to be in Hillsboro. So they faced the Tommies twice last year, and they'll get them at home week number 2 next week. There is the kneel down, and the clock will run.
I think they
Officials have to spot it and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think that they're going to have to snap this ball one more time. There's about an 8-second difference, 48 seconds left on the clock when they took that knee.
Well, they haven't started the play clock yet.
I noticed that, too, and I kind of was watching. One of the side officials here pointed at it. But
So here on 4th down, they will run backwards as much as they can. And, well, we still have time for madness to occur. The potential is there with 3.6 seconds left.
Yeah, and now I kind of understand. I saw him, pedal backwards.
Turnover on downs.
Hansel, so I was kind of curious as to why he was doing that, but I lost track of the downs myself, realizing it was 4th down. They tried to run out the clock, couldn't quite do it all the way. So you're right, Jake. It may be a chance for madness.
So, Music City Miracle, Hook and Ladder.
Immaculate Reception.
The annexation of Puerto Rico. What are we going to have here? Here as the Burroughs will be back, and we'll see if during the timeout they maybe had a chance to draw some stuff up, as they will split wide receivers here, take the shotgun snap, and Cotton will look. He's going to throw to the right side. It's incomplete, knocked down, hit as he throws, and that will be the final play, the final score. Here the Grafton Spoilers pick up the victory over the Hillsboro Central Valley Burroughs, 12-8. The final score, your Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales Scoreboard. Stick with us. We'll have your post-game report coming up next here on yourliveevent.com.
At the Hillsboro Body Shop, Ben brings years of experience and friendly service to every repair, big or small. It happens. Vehicles get damaged, unfortunate crashes, scratches, windshields broken. Ben will take care of it with honest professional service that you can rely on. 701-636-4981, Hillsboro Body Shop. 701-636-4981. Ben says, Thank you for your business.
Keep yourself healthy as we head back to school and into the autumn season. Hillsboro Drug and Gift is your locally owned full-service pharmacy with prescription and over-the-counter medications, cough and cold medications, and more. And don't forget, you can now text Hillsboro Drug anytime for your prescription refills, 701-636-5231. Hillsboro Drug also offers free delivery in Hillsboro and Halstead. There's always something new at Hillsboro Drug with a great selection of seasonal items, gifts, and cards for all occasions. They're always happy to help you, and they thank you for your business at Hillsboro Drug and Gift.
Imagine your life in Hillsboro, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsboro, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsboro has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsboro, where small-town living means big opportunities.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
Final score here tonight. The Grafton Spoilers with the victory over the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, 12-8. Here as the Spoilers go to 1-0, Burros fall to 0-1. Game summary, it is the Spoilers scoring first. They would also score last. As they start at the game, first drive, they drive down the field. Easton Hansel finds Aiden McMillan for a 28-yard touchdown pass. The run failed. It was 6-0. Spoilers with the lead. Burros would respond on their first drive of the game. They'd run down the field, and it would be a fourth down opportunity. And Austin Cotton finds a Griffin Mitzel for a 24-yard touchdown reception. 2-point conversion run was good, and 8-6. Hillsboro Central Valley led, 5:17 to go in the first quarter. Would stay that way through halftime, through almost the entirety of the third quarter, with 2:07 to go in the third after a Burro punt. A penalty on the punt moved it up to the 36-yard line, short field position for the Spoilers. They proceed to go down. They score on an Andrew Richardson 8-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion failed. They led 12-8, and that would hold through the remainder of the fourth quarter, as most of the fourth quarter was played with the Spoilers either having possession or in the Hillsboro Central Valley side of the field, as the defense, Spoiler defense, really shut down in the second half statistically. The Burro offense. We'll look at that a little bit later when we get to the final numbers. But it is Grafton defeating Hillsboro Central Valley 12-8. Grafton at 1-0. Next week they travel to Mayport CG. The Burros at 0-1. They will host Thompson coming up in week number 2. We'll have more of your post-game report when we return here on YourLiveEvent.com.
In today's world,
Financial decisions can feel more overwhelming than ever, and you don't have to make those decisions alone. At Lux Wealth Advisors in Mayville, we take the time to understand your financial goals and make it our priority to see you reach them.
Whether you're planning to retire, looking for investment advice, or saving for your child's education, we're here to help you with every step. Stop by our office or call us at 701-788-6100. Lux Wealth Advisors, your trusted partner for a brighter financial future.
Let's talk about price. Yeah, we've heard it. Why would I pay more for Polar when Big Wireless is cheaper? Let's break it down. With us, you're not on hold with someone who's 3 states away. Your call goes to Kimberly, or Ashley, or Tamra, someone who lives right here. When your internet's down, we're not mailing you out a box, we're sending a real person. Someone that knows your name, and probably your dog's name too. So yeah, we're not the cheapest, we're the best experience. Polar Communications.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Right Implement in Hillsboro, 701-636-5692. For shop and field service, farm equipment sales, repair on all equipment, in the field, on the farm, and in the shop with Right Implement in Hillsboro, 701-636-5692. Check out Right Implement for farm equipment, repair and service of equipment and all trucks on Caledonia Avenue in Hillsboro. Right Implement, 701-636-5692.
Post-game report on yourliveevent.com. Grafton Spoilers with the victory over Hillsboro Central Valley, 12-8. We go down to the field. Here are some of our players of the game.
Well, thank you very much, Jake. Very happy to be joined by Aiden McMillan. Well, your offense was really good out of the gate. You were able to catch the opening touchdown of the ball game. What'd you like about what you were able to do and how you were able to move the football?
Oh, I mean, QB tonight, he was throwing really good balls. I think our receivers loved it. Running backs, they loved it too. Just energy was good tonight. I think we can keep that up all season. So.
Now talk about what the defense was able to accomplish on the other side of the football. Hillsboro Central Valley able to move the football a little bit at the beginning, but your defense was really able to ring it in. What'd you like about what they did?
Oh, the outside linebackers, they were doing amazing. They adjusted really well to be able to just stop that 88 and just stop them real good, as well as the outside D-line too. They just did amazing tonight, and I'm glad to have them on my team.
Well, 1-0 on the season. What are you going to be looking for out of your group as you head into the next game of the season?
Well, we're looking forward to just beating every team we come across and going to state.
All righty, Aiden, thank you very much. Now, also happy to be joined by Mr. Burke here. Jack Burke, talk about the defense and the impact that you guys had on this game. You're really able to shut down Hillsboro Central Valley. How'd you do it?
They were moving the ball pretty good at the beginning, but we were able to figure out a strategy to shut them down really easy.
Yeah, and what type of adjustments did you make, especially getting up through the middle of the offensive line and the penetration there as well?
We have some really good coaches that I'd like to thank, but they're really teaching us how to get past every type of block. So, you know.
Now, you guys were able to get stops, hold Hillsboro Central Valley to a pretty low-scoring game, but your offense comes through late. What'd you like about what they put on the field?
Oh, our offense was really good. They were really resilient, and they were able to come out with that final touchdown, and defense was really able to shut them down after that.
All right, and same ending question to you. What are you looking forward out of your squad, and how are you looking forward to your next game?
I really like my team, and I feel like we're definitely one of the best teams in the state, so I feel like we're going to be going on.
All righty. Jack, thank you very much, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you.
There are players of the game here, and we're going to go right into our coaches' comments here. Dakota Heritage Bank post-game comments, sharing our heritage, sharing our future, dhb.bank.
Well, thank you very much, Jake. And Coach, able to get the win on opening night, what does it mean for your group to kind of edge out a hard-fought battle like this?
Yeah, you just nailed it on the head there. It was back and forth the whole game, and we scored, they scored, and then we just both teams struggled to really get some momentum offensively, and hats off to both defenses tonight. We were able to get the go-ahead points there, and I think our defense really stepped up, especially the second quarter, and then physicality-wise, the third, fourth quarter, they came out, and I think most of the second half, if not all of it, was pretty much in the other end of the field. So our defense did a great job keeping them down there, and so it'll be fun to look at the stats. And we got some newcomers. Our nose guard is maybe the smallest nose guard in the state, smallest D-line in the state. We got Soren Olsen there, and senior this year, and he caused a lot of problems. And there was plays where he got into the backfield, and you still didn't think he was going to make the play, and he shot like an arrow there, just coming in and twisting up the ankles, and made some big plays for us. And that kind of sets the tone and gets everybody else fired up on defense too. And we started playing a lot more physicality.
Yeah, and in your mind, was that the biggest adjustment that you made from the first to the second half? As Jack kind of alluded to, that Hillsboro Central Valley able to move the football a little bit. You guys were able to dig in, but really in that second half, you were able to shut them down. Was physicality the biggest difference there?
It plays a big role in it. One of the factors, too, is, with Miller and a few of the other guys, they just ran a lot of, we would call it 18 power on the edge. In fact, that's where we scored one of our touchdowns with Andrew Richardson. We just took our QB out and put a speedier running back in there, and we just overloaded the one side. And, Hillsboro was going back and forth. And we were able to identify it, and we adjusted and got our edge guys to come up and close that off, and then they were still able to run a little bit on the inside of that outside edge defender. And second half, though, we made some adjustments on the interior, and we were able to shoot some gaps and slow those plays down before they really formed on the outside.
Well, Richardson with the game-winning touchdown, as you just talked about, you called a timeout right before that. What was the message in the huddle heading into that game-winning touchdown?
Yeah, so we, unfortunately, early in the season, you can probably call this a wildcat formation. Sometimes we'll move our QB out to wide receiver. And at this point in the game, I didn't want to risk anything with getting our QB hurt or making a block on the edge. We were going to run that, I guess you'd call it an 18 sweep or 18 power. And we brought over our slot receiver to help on the edge. And we had our H-back out there, too. And then our fullback went out, and so we had three lead blockers on the edge. And, I think before the timeout, there was just some confusion out there. In fact, we might have only had 10 guys. I don't remember right now. I know there was a little confusion, and, the Richardson's not necessarily a play caller. So when I told him the play and he was looking at his card, he maybe wasn't verbiage on that wasn't the best. So I think there was some confusion on exactly what the play was. So we called the timeout. We knew we had the motion on there, and the play clock was running down. So we called the timeout and just got everybody settled down a little bit. And I think we were on about the 10-yard line, somewhere around there. And I told him, I said, I think you stepped on every blade of grass on that end. He was kind of zigging back and forth, took a couple hits, bounced it outside, and cut it, got back in the end zone. So I'm proud of him. We know he's a sprinter in track, and he was an alternate here this last year at the state meet. So we know he's got some wheels, and he's impressed us at first 2 weeks of practice. So we knew we had to get him in and find a spot for him to showcase a little bit. So.
All righty, Coach. Well, congratulations on the win, and best of luck heading in the week 2.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys coming up today, too, and being here and having the game online for us, too. So,
well, thank you very much for hosting. And, Jake, we'll toss it back to you.
All right, we'll continue on with more of your post-game report after the spoiler win over the Burros, 12-8, your final score on yourliveevent.com.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue.
You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
River's Edge Insurance Agency, Halstead, 218-456-2172.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
Post-game report continues on yourliveevent.com. Grafton over Hillsboro Central Valley in the season opener, 12-8, your final score. Back down to the field, our Dakota Heritage Bank post-game coach's comments.
Well, thank you very much, Jake. And Coach, unfortunately unable to get the win here in week one on the road. In your mind, what do you think was the biggest difference in this one?
I think it was a lot of want and physicality. We're a young team, inexperienced, not a lot of starters, and we've been preaching that intensity, that want, that desire, physicality, and I think we lacked that a little bit tonight. I just think Grafton wanted a little bit more.
Well, maybe some of the positive takeaways in this one. I thought your defense performed quite well. Really, it was a dogfight in the middle of the field for quite some time. What were you most proud of what they were able to accomplish here?
I think just keeping it inside. We kept the cup pretty good for the most part. Linebackers were good at fighting off blocks. In the first half, we had trouble with our secondary kind of keeping everyone in front of us, but I think there at the second half, we kind of started holding them inside a little bit more.
Now, as far as offenses are concerned, you guys did a really good job in the first half at staying ahead of the sticks. What'd you like about what they did in the first half?
They did everything we asked from them in the first half. I think it's just brand new offense, and me and Coach Bickford are going to spend a lot of time in the film room trying to figure out where we went wrong. Those boys were doing what they were told. I think we kind of just, kudos to Grafton. They came out with a great second half plan against our offense, and we kind of got out-coached there at the end, I think, between me and Bick.
Yeah, and in your eyes, as far as an X's and O's standpoint, what do you think led to Grafton's defense maybe kind of turning the corner there and able to stop you guys not only on the inside but also on the edge?
I think they're bringing a lot of linebackers, especially from that weak side, just learning how to teach our old line how to see those linebackers a little bit quicker. We're pulling a lot of guys just trying to, again, keep ahead of the chains, just try to get those first down, and I feel like every first down we were kind of going backwards, so we're going to work on that.
Yeah, and in your mind as well, as from a positive standpoint, who do you think stood out to you the most here in this week one?
Our whole squad, it's a team effort. Bryce Miller, again, he's kind of a workhorse for us. Austin Cotton leading the offense, he's in there. All the guys up front, they're giving it all they got. It's a team effort. It takes all 11 to do something in this game, and I'm just proud of our boys for sticking it out all the way through.
Yep. Now, heading into week two, what are the biggest improvements that you're going to need to see out of your team in order to maybe get back to 500?
Just that want. Next week it's Thompson week. It's a big week in our communities. I know they want it bad too. It's a big rivalry game. That game usually just comes down to who wants it more, who's guts here, who's gonna be a bigger man on the field.
All righty, Coach. Well, thank you very much, and best of luck next week.
Thank you.
All righty, Jake, back to you.
Thank you. As head coach Sam Rieger for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, with our post-game coach's comments from Dakota Heritage Bank. Let's go through our final, before we get through our final numbers here, we're going to talk in this one. First, our Agassi Precision play in the game. And the precision that I'm going to go with, that touchdown run by Andrew Richardson there, as comes in that Wildcat, and a nice precision moment there by Coach. Here, take a time out, make sure everything's on the same page. Yeah, it's week one, we know that. So being precise there, coming out, and then the blocking that came from him, as Coach mentioned when we talked to him there, multiple guys getting out, getting those blocks, helping to make it in, get in for that touchdown. So that is your Agassi precision play of the game. Also talk our Enbridge Energy player in the game, bringing the energy here today, and I'm gonna go. There's a couple places I want to, but I'm gonna go with Thomas Asand for Grafton defensively. Second half really did a good job, great job on that edge, that linebacking core, making there to set the edge in that defensive side. Makes some nice blocks out there on the offensive side too. But I'm going to go with Thomas there as our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Big plays there, had a sack there, another big stop as well too. Gave him some energy, gave him some spark, and helped the Spoilers get to the win. So Thomas Hassan will be your Enbridge Energy player of the game. Remember, life takes energy. Find out more, Enbridge.com, for more information and career opportunities. And our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection in this one. And this was a nice fourth down connection. The touchdown by Hillsboro Central Valley. As Austin Cotton was rolling out to his right side away from us, Griffin Mitzel slipped back in towards the middle of the field. A little wide receiver quarterback, where you going, figuring it out. And able to get the touchdown on fourth down, giving the Burros the tie and eventual lead there at 8-6 after the 2-point before the Spoilers came back for the 12-8 victory. Your post-game connection from Halstead Telephone Company, keeping you connected. Discover local reliability you can trust. HalsteadTel.com. And now we get to our final numbers in this one. For Hillsboro Central Valley, rushing the ball, Austin Cotton had 10 carries, 26 yards. Bryce Miller, 18 carries for 100 yards. Matthew Hershey, 6 for -16. It was Griffin Mitzel with a 1 for -6. Jacob Miller with 4 for 13. Team carries of a 1 on a sack for a -10 yards. Total of 107 yards of rushing in the game, with counting for the sacks and the loss of team yardage. Because of that, held to 0 yards rushing in the second half. Through the air, Austin Cotton was 5 of 10, 34 yards. Ryan Billings 0 for 1. It was Griffin Mitzel, 2 catches, 34 yards and a touchdown. Jacob Miller, 1 catch, 8 yards. And Bryce Miller, 2 catches for -8 yards through the air. 107 on the ground, 34 in the air, 141 total offense for the Burros today. 1 turnover in the game as well, as they fall to 0-1. Next week, they host the Thompson Tommies. That game in Hillsboro, from what I'm told. For the Grafton Spoilers, rushing the ball, Miguel Rodriguez had 8 carries, 33 yards. Noah Suda, 10 carries, 35 yards. Easton Hansel, 2 carries, 33 yards. Drew Moberg had 6 carries, 34 yards. Andrew Richardson, 2 carries, 23 yards. And team-wise, 5 carries for -18 yards between sacks and kneel downs in this game. 140 yards on the ground for the Spoilers. Through the air, Easton Hansel was 6 of 15 passing for 99 yards and a touchdown. Went 3 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown to Aiden McMillan. 2 catches, 22 yards for Drew Moberg, and it was 1 catch for 13 yards for Augie Miller. 140 on the ground, 99 in the air, 239 total offense for the Spoilers. They had 2 turnovers in the victory, and they go to 1-0. They will travel to Mayport CG next week, take on the Patriots, a non-region matchup there. That'll wrap us up from Grafton. I want to say thank you to you, the viewer, the listener, joining us this evening for this season opener. Appreciate you very much. Also, thanks as well to everyone here at the Grafton School for the connectivity and hospitality that allowed us to be here with our broadcast as well. Thanks to my broadcast partners here tonight. Working a sideline, running camera here with Luke Pater and Christian Adams, myself, Jake Berkmeyer. Once again, thanks for joining us here as the Grafton Spoilers pick up the victory 12-8 over the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros on yourliveevent.com.